Good afternoon, Samir here, and it is awesome to be here today with everybody. Wow, we got a full house here. Pretty awesome, awesome. Hundreds of people on this call. Pretty cool. The first thing I'm going to do is, I'm going to extend a really warm welcome to everybody who's joining, and it's amazing to have you here. I see that. I'm just getting a comment here. The first thing I like to do is want to make sure that the sound is okay. How's the audio for you guys? Give me, one in the chat box if the audio is good for you, so that I can do a sound check. Good. Clear. Great. Fantastic. Wonderful. Yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful. So what we are doing today is essentially we are doing a training webinar for AppsKitPro. Like I mentioned in my email and in my Facebook Live video. If you haven't joined, if you got my email and you haven't joined the Facebook group, I really encourage you to do that. I'll be dropping a link for that in the chat box in just a minute. And that is a place not necessarily to ask for support. That's what the support desk is for. But the group is a community where we can, ask questions or even share our work of what we have been up to and stuff, and just encourage each other, or give feedback. You feel free to give feedback to me, good or bad, immaterial. My whole idea together with Madhav here is basically to serve you guys and make sure that AppsKitPro is the way you can establish your online business. So basically, be sure that you be sure that you join the group there. What I'm going to ask is I'll just give a few minutes for people to join. So why don't we start off by doing a quick round of you guys telling me where you are joining from, and I'll just read out the place. And I won't actually, go ahead and so just tell me where. Canada, upstate New York, awesome. New Hampton, Florida, Bonita Springs in Florida, Idaho, Mike from Ohio, Las Vegas. Can someone help me? Friend, that's not a place. Outer Mongolia, Tony Sims from Outer Mongolia, awesome. Hope it's warm enough there. London, UK, Tucson, Arizona, Maine, Alabama, Indonesia, Sun Valley, Michigan, Florida, Orlando, Houston, Madrid, South Carolina, joining from Switzerland, wow. Michigan, France, Israel, Alberta, John, India, John from Peterborough, where is this? Hold on, let me check. England, Peterborough in England, UK, Puerto Rico, Atlanta. Pete, Cali, New York City, awesome. Netherlands, Missouri, North Carolina, Paris, Amsterdam, Germany, California, New Zealand, Germany. Arun from India, awesome. Show your screen, please. Yes, I'll do that in just a minute. Actually, I have some awesome stuff. Actually, I have some, the head guy of my team joining here. And Wisconsin, Ireland, Lagos, Nigeria, awesome. Mississauga, Ontario, in Canada. That's pretty cool. North Carolina, wow. UK, London, Fresno, Trinidad, Tobago, Washington, DC, Nigeria, Toronto. Can't see my screen? No, I have nothing to show you just yet. I'll show you in just a minute. You've not received any info on how to log into my account. Yes, it should be on the way. Yeah, support can't find your information for good reason, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Twin Cities, Minnesota, Mexico, Jamaica, California, Ohio. Why are you in listen only mode? Yeah, we'll change that in just a minute. If you want to come on screen, no worries about that. Maryland, Pi, Toronto. Wow, this is Florida. 1 hour only. Yeah, we'll try to keep this to 1 hour. I'll be very respectful of your time. Okay, so we're 5 minutes in. Corey, Southwest Florida, Illinois, Vincent, Boston, Australia. It's got to be 3 a.m. over there, depending on the time zone where in Australia you are. Jackie, so I'm sure, yes, this will be recorded, and I'll provide the recording to you a bit later. So Nick from my team is also joining. Nick is the head technology guy, and he's going to be doing a walkthrough. Okay, so first off, I read a comment there that you haven't had your account created. So I'm going to first off dive straight into that and explain as to why that might have happened. And there are two reasons. The one reason is it has got something to do with us, and the other reason is something that is beyond our control. So what was something to do with us? Given the fact that we had such an amazing response to AppsKitPro, we had to actually move from the server that we were on to a much bigger server. That led to downtimes and in transitions. And although they were short, but given the fact that we were growing so fast, some of the records did not reach us in the first place because our system was just not able to receive them at that time. So, but we have the information provided by JVZoo, and we are going ahead and we have gone successively and created all those accounts, and you should have received that information until now. So that's the first thing. The second thing was actually beyond our control. The affiliate network, JVZoo, did not provide us full details for some of the accounts. Now, what happens is that our system receives the information, but it's not complete, and it can't create an account based on incomplete information. And that's just the way sometimes things work. So we have to go ahead and manually create those accounts. So, and given the fact that this is, kind of grown so fast, I'll be very honest with you and very upfront. We were, for a few days, we've been overwhelmed. Yeah, I haven't slept for maybe, I don't know, 5-6 days. This whole support team, and neither. So this has been this has been challenging to say the least. But I can assure you that we're doing our absolute best. And I would be surprised if there were, any accounts, if at all, there'll be only very few that haven't got login credentials. So if you haven't received them, if you're one of the very few people who haven't received them, I can assure you that you'll receive them really, really soon, maybe within today and maybe within the next 24 hours. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's join. Let's dive straight into this. Hey Nick, are you? Can you hear me? Can you hear us well? Oh, okay, great.
Can you hear me?
Fantastic. Yes, can hear you, Nick. So Nick is joining. Nick is one of the guys who has actually developed large parts of this and actually also provided developed the specification, to be honest, not the software but the specification for the system, and is an absolute master at this system. So Nick, why don't you give us a walkthrough of the backend
Yes.
area, the dashboard? Let's do that first. And this is a Q&A session, so please put in your questions and we will try to answer most, if not all, of the questions that are posed today, and take it from there. So this is this is pure training, nothing else. Maurice, you have no sound. I'm sorry to hear that, but what you, so I don't know. Nick, can you hear me?
I hear you. Yes.
Okay, great. So I'll just maybe send a message to Maurice and get them to get their speaker up and running on the audio gear. Brent. Okay, Nick, it's all yours.
Jumping in. Okay, so this is your back office, obviously, and what I'm going to do is just try to address some of the issues that I've seen on the support tickets. One of the main issues we see is a lot of people come in here to change the logo, or if there's a blank logo here. When you come in here, you upload your logo, that's fine. But when you change the slug is part of your URL. So if you change the slug, when you log out, you will not be able to log back in. You will have to adjust wherever you see this, like see the JVZ, this, you have to paste it into the same spot in your URL. You can do it, it's not a big deal, but if you change it and you don't know what you're doing, that could cause a problem. The other thing is the AppsKitPro domain name. This is absolutely necessary in order for you to generate an APK, which is the Android version of the app file. This do not change once you've entered it. It's a signature for Google. It combines with the name of your app to let Google uniquely identify the app. So do not change it. If you add one and then make some apps and then change it later, the apps that you've made with the old domain name will not be able to be updated. Okay, so please do not change this. It's not necessary. Nobody sees this. I mean, it's not a vanity kind of thing at all. So once we've got it there, don't change it. A couple of things people have asked to change their name up here. This is not editable, so you'd have to let us know if this needs to be changed. But again, no one really sees this. It's just for you. So jumping into the dashboard, in order to create an app, the first thing you need to do is click on the Add New button, and basic information, the name, the app name, the username. The username is what your clients would use to log into their system. That would be their user ID. The password, you can use a system generated one, or you can add, you can modify that. Address, phone number, this kind of stuff is pretty easy to understand. The category thing here is really important and interesting. We've got a bunch of preset categories, and we'll be adding other ones as we go. What this does for you is basically allows you to cut the build time down like tremendously. If you start from scratch, you're going to have to build everything. You're going to have to turn the features on that are required for that business. All of the things like the automated marketing tools, the push notifications, the automatic emails, that will have to start from scratch. If you use one of the categories, we will put stuff in those places that require that vertical. So a cafe, for example, we will add the features that a cafe would use. We will put the the loyalty stuff, the automated push notifications, the automated emails. We will put dummy content in place for you. So rather than you having to start from scratch and build all that stuff out, all you're going to have to do is edit it. You're not going to have to start from scratch. This is a really quick way to do it. We even give you a home screen template to start with. So obviously you don't keep that template, but it's something that you can start with, you can play with, get comfortable with the system. So this is really important. The license create date basically allows you to, if you sell the app today, for example, the expiry date is a way for you to safeguard yourself. If you're charging people monthly, which you should be, let's say they want to pay you every month by PayPal, or they don't want to provide a credit card information to automate the process, then you're able to put an end date, say the end of November. If you do not extend this date, your customers will not have access to the back office. So this basically locks them out and gives you, so you don't have to manage this. You don't have to keep coming back and saying, who owes me, money, and where, who I got to collect from. If you don't extend this date, they don't get access to the back office. Email addresses for your clients go here and here, and then you're also able to upload tutorials and support links like you guys have over here. If you put your own tutorials and support links, your clients, when they log into their back office, will see your material, not ours. Okay, so that's what that's for. Hit the active button and submit, and then boom, your app would pop to the top of the list. So let's jump into one that we've done. I'm going to jump into one that we've already made here. This is an app that we created already. So when you log into this area, this is the build section. So this is where you can manipulate the color schemes, the features, all that stuff. So even if you start with a category, say you started with a cafe and you wanted to add some features that were not in the cafe, you can just come into the feature list here, which is in the build section, where you configure your features. Just come in here and just turn things on or off as you need them. Okay, just hit update, and then that will turn on. So it doesn't hurt you to start with a category. You can come in and update the features at a later time. It's no issue. So these are coming back to the design area. So this is where you can manipulate all the colors, the background colors. This is all those things can be done right here. Whatever you do when you've changed your color scheme, make sure you update it, otherwise it won't save. Going to the next tab is the background. So we have the ability for you guys to put a custom branded background on the login screen. This is what the background would look like. This has changed a little bit, so it doesn't look like this. We'll be updating this a little bit later. But this is the custom branded image for the background. The size specs are all mentioned here. There's a tab up here, like a bar, a white line that goes right at the top of all the apps. There's where the Hamburger menu is. You're able to add a logo there, a custom logo as well. The sizing for the logo is right here. Again, this one should be a PNG file. It's pretty straightforward. It's not complicated. There is a lot of meat and potatoes to this system. It's not just a cookie cutter system. So there's a lot of areas where you can customize things. That's what you've got to learn essentially. To build it is pretty easy, but where you can go and how many things you can customize is what you've got to learn. And we've got a video on the YouTube channel as well that speaks to that kind of stuff. So once you've picked up all your, added all the features you wanted, you would basically go to the next step, which is the design dashboard, which is the home screen. Now, this is going to be updated at some point in the near future where you'll be able to actually complete the build from this section. Right now, the home screen design is handled inside of the main app. So where you log in, where your customers have access to. So I'm going to skip over this for right now. I'll come back. I'll go to this in the next couple of minutes. Moving right along to the design menu. This is the Hamburger menu. So those three little lines you see at the top left, this is where you can manipulate that. We've got 4 different layouts. You can see the images of what these layouts look like. This one is pretty basic, just text. You cannot manipulate anything except the colors. the font, the size, nothing can be done here. This one is very similar. It's got a rectangular image at the top. You can add breadcrumbs here where you can put some images, icons at the beginning of your words there, the text there. This one is exactly the same thing, except it's a square image and it has a border around it. So these things are customizable. Like this is, you can customize the colors here. You can customize the background colors and the images and all that kind of stuff. But we also have added image layout number 4, where you're able to actually do the exact same things that we do with our home screen, design a custom image, and then map out the functionality. So this gives you obviously the absolute most flexibility that you will have with the system. You can make your own screens, you can put your own fonts, your own sizes, whatever you want. All that can be done with this tool here. If you're using one of these 3 layouts, you're able to manipulate the colors right here. Okay, so this is where you would change the colors. You're able to add the icons in the front here just by editing hitting a little pencil icon there, and then you can pick one of ours, or you can upload your own. The image sizing is right here, 80 by 80, and it's a PNG file. So that also the 3 little lines, the hamburger menu, that can be changed. You can put a logo there if you like. If you don't like the hamburger menu, this menu opener image thing right here, click the pencil icon, and then you can add your own right here with 80 by 80 pixels again. Pretty clear so far, I'm hoping. The advanced settings allows you to configure the app a little bit further. The login, we always encourage people to use the login system, because when people download the app, they're prompted to enter an email address and a password, and that creates a user profile for them. So for the people the businesses that buy these apps, these are tools, these are marketing tools essentially, and ways for them to communicate with their clients. If they don't log in and they don't have any information on their clients, they're not going to be able to really do much with it. But when they create a user profile for themselves, then you can market to these people over and over and over again. So that's what the login screen enable or disable means. The sign up screen, just basically there's 2 options. If you use the login screen, all it asks for is an email and a password. If you use the sign up screen, you can configure it to ask for more information, first name, last name, birthday, address, phone number, whatever kind of information you want can be added with the sign up screen. Mobile verification, disable or enable. Basically, it's a way for you to verify someone's cell phone number. When they enter their phone number, they get a code back from our system, and they basically enter the code, and then now you know that you've actually got their correct phone number. The referral code screen after login. So after you log in, you're able to disable or enable a referral code screen. We have a rewards program that's a referral program where people are able to, or businesses are able to reward their clientele for referring them business. So if you're using that program, you need to have this enabled. Pretty straightforward. The distance, kilometers or miles. The point system. So this refers to the spend-based reward system that we have in the system, where you're able to reward customers on a percentage of the transaction amount. So if I spend $100 and you want to give me a 5% reward, I would get $5 or 5 points in my system. And this is how you configure it. It can either be points, it can be dollars, it can be euros or pounds. Feature grouping is a way for you to group features together. So let's say an app has 30 features. You're able to group by different levels. So level 1 could have 10 features, level 2 could have 20 features, and level 3 could have all 30. And you're able to assign different people different access levels. Frequency counter basically enables you to, if people have their device's location services turned on, when you enter the business's address in the location store locator, you can set up a radius around that address, and when people enter that radius, it will count and track the times when they enter, when they leave, and how long they stay for. Profile image, you can have either a circular image or a rectangular image. Screen routing, basically what this does, it points people to a specific screen when they open the app. Now you can have it point to that screen every single time they open the app, or only when they open the app for the first time. If you check this off, this will only route them on the first time. Okay, so you basically are able to select whatever the screens that we have in the app. You can say whenever someone opens the app, I want it to go to the coupon screen or the call me screen, or whatever one of these ones you select. Again, you're able to only do it the first time or every single time. The application here is for if you set up a how to use the app kind of information tutorial kind of screen, you're able to direct people on the first launch. So how to use our program, how to get rewards, what the rewards programs are, all that kind of stuff. That's what this is for. Make sure you update this, or the changes will not save. Now jumping into the publish section. So this, we had some support tickets open up for this as well. For you to be able to publish an app, the generate icon, this little thing needs to be green. It's on the home screen. If it's red, you cannot generate. It means it's not done. It's not ready to go. Okay. So we require you to have a splash screen image. Again, the image sizing is here. An icon image. Again, the image sizing is here. The app name. This is for Flurry. We're not using this anymore. It's called the Flurry key. Just enter the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, the app name is here. The server key and the JSON file is required for sending push notifications through the device, through the back office to all of your users. There's a separate video on how to generate this. It's 2 or 3 minutes. It's very easy to do. It's not a complicated call. But what you got to do is paste that in here and then upload the JSON file. Once you've done all of these steps, you'll be able to hit the update button, and then this will pop up. Now, we've had some issues with this. We're going to be removing this area from this area because people that generate it, sometimes it doesn't work really well. We're going to take this out right here, but when it's updated, you will come back to the main screen here, and you'll see this turn from red to green, and then you'll be able to, once this is green, you'll be able to generate the source code. So that means it's ready to go. Once it takes about 3 minutes. Once it's done, this pops up, and you're going to be able to download the source code right away into your onto your device, on your computer, and then take it to your Google Play account and upload the app there. Coming back into the thing for the Apple version, what you're doing is, again, this is the Google version. The Apple version is right here. Complete all the information. The icon is right here. All this kind of stuff is necessary. We cannot submit the app to Apple without it. The splash screen is here. Hit save, and then you'll be able to, once you hit save, you'll have to pay the $50 submission fee, and then once that's done, we will be able to upload the Apple app for you. Now, there's 2 things with Apple that we've got to keep in mind. We need access to the developer account that you create. And know this, Apple requires that every single app you publish has its own developer account. So if you're publishing an app for Sally's Hair Salon, they need to get their own developer account. They need to pay Apple $99 a year, and then we'll be able to go in and publish an app in their developer account. So once that's done, the developer account information should be here, and the ID and the password, and they would need to add our team as an admin on their developer account. We've got a document for that. We'll send that to everybody as well. But basically, submissions@appadminlogin.com is the Apple ID that needs to be added as an admin, and then we go in, we do all the work, we submit the app, and get it ready for Apple. There's a couple of things. Apple is really sticky. Google is easy. You make the app, you can upload it 3-4 hours, it's live. Apple is really sticky. They do not allow certain things. For example, if you have anything on your home screen or any images in your app that showcase Android devices, they will get rejected. Those apps will get rejected. So do not put anything on the home screen that shows Android or anything to do with Android. Apple does not like that. It will not get accepted. The app also has to be functional. You can't put an app together with a couple of website links and that's it. Then they're going to tell you just go get a website. They don't need this kind of an app in their store. So it's got to have some substance to it. So don't just publish junk. They will not approve those kinds of apps, and make sure that the user interface, the screens look good. Apple is really interested in making sure that the things that appear in their app store look good. So if you can't do it yourself, get someone to do it. It's not expensive. The home screen design is very, very important, even for the people that you're selling these apps to. You want the apps to look good. What we try to do is build a system that when you sell an app, you're not going to have people that cancel. But they've got to promote the app. It's a tool like anything else. If they buy it and they never show anybody about it, they don't tell any of their customers, no one downloads it, it's going to be useless for them. So one of the things that we've noticed is that if the app is beautiful, the people that buy the app will be proud of it, and they're going to show it off, and they're going to tell their clients and their friends and family download the app. So make sure the app screens are beautiful. It's really easy to do. It's an image editing tool. You can make this in Photoshop. Don't copy and paste and cut and paste things from Paint and try and do it yourself, because if it looks like shit, you will not get it approved on the Apple Store. And we won't submit it for you either, because we don't want any. We've never had an Apple rejection, and we don't want to start now. So make sure that these are done nicely and professionally. And so that's essentially it. Once you've gotten through this, the app is ready to publish. You're good to go. What happens for the home screen? This is the area when you click this navy button here. This logs you into the app. So what you see here from the word dashboard all the way down is what your customers will see. This is what they have access to in their back office. So the home screen would be handled in the settings area right now. Click on the home screen, and you've got, this is the home screen that we've added for this specific app. But what you're able to do is hit the add new button. If you're using the category thing, all your apps will come with a home screen here, like a dummy home screen for a coffee shop or a hair salon or whatever. That it'll come with it here. You can just delete it and add your own, or you can play with it and get comfortable with it. But once you want to add, if you want to add a new home screen, click on the add button. The size restrictions are right here, 960 pixels wide by 3000 pixels high. If you need, these apps are scrolling vertically, so if you need the app to be longer, all you need to do is add two, multiple images. So you can add multiple. It doesn't need to be one. So the sizes are right here. You find the file on your screen, and then when the function is here, you need to make sure you select multi-function. Okay, you can make smaller little screens and have a bunch of like rectangular screens and point them to different features. But the way to do it is multifunction. When you hit multifunction and hit submit, it will take you back to this screen. It will add it into our system. And now this is where the magic starts. You're able to map out the functionality. So this is the image. So I'm going to delete this. And then you're able to click anywhere on the image. You're able to resize this hotspot, move it anywhere you want, and then basically tell the system where you want people to go when they touch that area of the screen. So all the different features of that specific app are right here. Any one of these features can be added. If you put, profile, whatever, hit save, make sure you update the title, because if you don't, on the title of the screen, it'll show this number. And now anyone that touches this area on the screen will go to that specific feature. You obviously make sure you hit submit, otherwise it doesn't save. But this is the real magic of this platform. You're not restricted to layouts or templates. You make your own designs and you are able to map out the functionality any way you want. So you can imagine the kind of flexibility you have with the system. It's not matched. It's not available in any other builder in the entire world. And I can say that with confidence because we have applied for a patent. Nobody else has this kind of technology. So this is where you would go to do the home screen. Pretty simple. The menu we talked about earlier, if you use layout number 4, it will pop up here. If you're not using layout 4, you won't see this. Same kind of idea. You can add the menu right here. The sizing is here. And then make sure, again, you're selecting multifunction. Okay. And then you have the custom menu where you can map out the functionality. All of the other features, like there's a ton of features. I'm not going to go into every feature. It'll take us way too long. I want to really give you an overview and then have answer questions. But all of these features, all of the features we've got will have, if they don't have videos now, they will have videos in the very near future. And that's essentially it. Samir, should we start taking questions?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Hey Nick, can you see the questions field as well?
Let me check. No, I cannot see the questions.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do something here. So you just might be able to. Hold on here, one sec. Bear with me. So we do have quite a few questions here, and instead of me just reading them out, I guess it might be, I've sorted many of them. Hold on one sec. I'm sorry. Okay, while I sort this out, let me just start with
I can go over a couple of things just off the top of my head that I've remembered from
yeah.
the
Okay,
tickets.
go ahead.
Okay, so a couple other questions people are asking for the automatic mail content. So here's your app list. This little mail icon, this sends the welcome mail to your clients. Exactly the way that you got the welcome mail from us, you can configure that right here in the automatic mail content. So right here, the reseller welcome mail, the outlet welcome mail, just basically come in here and you can change the logo, put your own language in here. The placeholders, the username, the password, their name, and the link that they would need to click to log in is all right here. So just copy and paste that into the body of your email, and this can be customized to your brand. Okay, so then you can, once that's done, you just send the click this this little mail icon, and your emails will go right to your clients. If they don't receive it, ask them to check their spam folder. Sometimes it goes to the spam folder. We've had some issues with that, with a lot of the welcome mails going to the spam folder. What else? The marketing material. People have asked about that. The countersigns. We call it generate poster. I think in the sales pitch it was called countersign, but this is where you do it. Okay, if you have an app that's published, that's live, you'll see it in this list. Sorry, let me go back a step. When you click on this, you'll see this screen. The add button is right here. So any app that you have that's live, you'll be able to make a poster for. So you would select the app, and then you've got two templates to work with right now. select whichever one you want, and hit the submit button, and bingo, you will now be able to customize this. You'll be able to customize the text, customize it here, here, here. If you've got a QR code created in our QR code creator, it would show up here. And you're also able to manipulate the colors at the bottom of the screen. So all that kind of stuff can be customized. You can change this image as well. So if you don't like this image, what that comes with it, you can put your own custom image for this specific app. The sizing is right here, 890 by 1590. You can upload it. And there's 3 sizes that you can save, that will be saved in, you know, the big size, and then these are the 3 sizes right here. Once you've done that and it's active, this will be now available in your customer's back office. So I've shared this with that specific customer. So let me show you where it is in your customer's office when I log in here. Your customers also have the marketing material tab right here. So if they click on the view marketing material, the poster, this is where it is. So when you create it in your back office, it becomes available to them. They're able to download it in any one of the sizes and print it right from their own computer. So you don't need to send them anything. It's right in their back office. Similarly, if you make a QR code, it will be available to them in their back office right here. The QR code is really cool because you were able to, we were using a different third-party tool to create QR codes, and they were charging us, I think, 250 euros a year, and they gave us 50 codes for that. So we built one into our system. Now you can create QR codes that can be used as in the marketing material for your clients. So this can be a QR code that you have the Apple link, the Google link for the app that you've sold, and then when it's scanned with an Apple device, it would take them to the Apple store. If it's scanned with a Google device, it takes them to the Google store, and then that can be embedded on the marketing material as well as sending it out to your clients. You don't only have to use this QR code generator for the apps. You can make any kind of apps, any kind of QR codes with it. So if you're using QR codes in any of your other businesses or marketing materials, you can generate QR codes here and email them to yourself, download them, and have them as available as well. Let me see what else. I think that's it. So you want to start with the questions now?
Yep. Let me start. Let me start with the questions here. So I'll take a couple from Zach. Okay. So will there be functionality to allow people to test the apps on iOS devices? Android and Apple are 2 separate platforms, and often issues appear in one or the other.
So there is a problem with Apple. Apple does not allow preview tools on their app store. We used to have a preview tool. They took it out. Every app builder in the world used to have a preview tool for Apple. They have deleted it, so that is not allowed. There is a way to get the tool on the App Store. Apple has a thing called an enterprise developer account, where we can set up an account that we can publish apps to that are not available on the public store. So if you were to search it, you wouldn't find it. Those apps, we are going to do something like that. We'll have a developer account, like a private App Store account with our preview tool, and you have to download it, and your customers have to download it. It's a little bit more complicated way to do it, but it's the only way that Apple allows these things on their store. So it's just not allowed on their public stores. But you can use the online tool that we use something called Appetize. Once you generate the APK file, you can upload that onto Appetize, and then you can use it directly online on a browser. So I can show you that right now. Go to appetize.io. Okay, so you can basically sign in. You got to create yourself an account. I can upload a file here. So let me just see if I can upload. Hang on a second. Let me download this file right here. I'll download this APK. Okay. And I can upload the file right through here in my download folder. So once this is downloaded, okay, so yeah, I needed that set up. I don't have my account login information here, but once you sign in, you can upload the file, and this is basically an online tool. We've got the YouTube video on this whole thing. So for the guys that have only Apple devices, this is what I would recommend to show your clients the apps. It's just it's not a perfect way, but for right now, it does work. You can take them through a screen call like this. You can do a video call with them and display the app to them like this.
Okay, great. So related to that, yeah, can you please go over whether or not we can publish our own apps in the Apple Store? Okay, you talked about that.
No.
There's some confusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you want to say something? Yeah, you can.
Yeah, no, we do that. You cannot publish your own Apple app. It's not done in our system. We don't have files for you to download, so it's not possible. We do that for you.
Okay. So there was the impression that if you purchased agency, you can self-publish. No, you can't self-publish because that's there's just no
No, it's
functionality
just
to
not allowed. App. Yeah, you need to be a
right.
developer. You need to have an understanding of how to do this. It's technical.
Right. So and this is actually a program where you don't need technical skills. So we help you there.
Yeah.
Friend says, can someone help me? Yes, yeah, of course. That's what we're here for. Okay. Then a couple of questions from Kevin Ashley. Loyalty across franchise stamp cards. Maybe you want to explain that. When your servers go offline. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the question?
It's just a statement. Loyalty across franchise stamp cards. And maybe Kevin, you want to detail that just a bit. That would be awesome. So then there's another question. When your servers go offline and our apps are inaccessible, example 13 hours Monday, when the apps are published on a platform of Google and Apple, are they dependent on your AppsKit servers?
Yes, they are. So if if our service goes down, the apps will not be available. But that's very rare. We did have an issue, as everyone knows, when the launch was going on. That was just because we weren't prepared for the amount of people that came on board in such a small amount of time. We knew that we'd sell some stuff, but we didn't expect it to go the way that it went, and we apologize for that. It's oversight on our part. We should have been more prepared, but now we are, and we've had well over 2,000 new users added in a couple of days. We've upgraded our servers, we've upgraded all the infrastructure that's required, and we should not see any more outages. We've got backups in place. We will never lose it will never be a situation where everything crashes and everything's gone. The onslaught of the users that came on board in such a small amount of time was the issue that caused our servers to go down. The launch is now closed. We're not selling this in the way that we have, so we will never see that happen again. We're going to be rolling over to a subscription-based model, and we're not going to be seeing 2,000 people jump on board in 2 days. So we apologize for that.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
Starting tonight, subscription
Yes.
goes tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So our servers need to be running for the apps to be available on Google and Apple.
Yes.
And it's very rare that our servers are not working. So anyway, okay. So then if you want to just talk about loyalty across franchise and stamp cards, Kevin, that might be great if you just want to detail that a bit more, and then we'll be able to answer that for you. Then there's another question about container apps for franchise. Clients are waiting and no support on that as yet. Okay, so container apps is a totally different topic altogether. This is also a higher level program. So if you are, if you are in the VIP Academy, that's actually where this is handled. And if you are, we'll be talking about that together with you over there. So this is more of a just a system overview topic. We can talk about container apps separately. Okay, so then will this be recorded? Yes. So then there's this question about how do you access OTO3? Okay, so this has been often asked and discussed. Now the OTO3 is what's called the DFI Droid, and these are app kits. So you get either 5 or 15 app kits, and you get them at regular intervals, which is actually at the end of the month or the beginning of the next month. And these are made available to you if you are a Droid member. So the ones who are Droid members, Richard, such as yourself, we'll make sure that we provide them to you in a suitable shape and form. But this will happen. This happens at monthly intervals. So at the end of the month, the beginning of the month, you get these made available to you, and you can hit the ground running with them. They're almost done or pretty much completely done, and you can just use them and start creating apps. Okay, so hopefully that question is answered. John D, what is the Apple ID? I guess you asked this question also.
The Apple ID is Yeah, that's so like everyone, whoever has an Apple device knows that you need to have an Apple ID to download apps. That's where they have your personal information, your credit card, all that kind of stuff. That's your Apple ID. Everyone would have an Apple ID. If you're not familiar with it, then you're not familiar with Apple, because if you have an iPhone, you have to have an Apple ID to download any kind of apps. And that's the Apple ID is also what's used to create a developer account, right? So you can use your own, like if you're, Joe Smith and you have your, Joe Smith at whatever.com as your Apple ID, it's your email address, right? So you can use that as the email address to create your developer account as well. So.
Oh, sorry, I needed to get off mute. So Christopher said I had the same problem. It did not work with Chrome, but it did work with Firefox. Nick, do you want to talk just briefly about browsers in general? That might be a good idea.
Okay. So the platform does work with Chrome and Firefox both. I use Chrome all the time, and that's that's my browser preference. If it's not working with Chrome, then you must have some extensions or some blocks that is preventing the system from working there. Use an incognito browser, and you will see that it does work. Otherwise, there's people have cache issues. We've noticed cache issues, or like I said, blocks, virus, third-party tools that are blocking the system from functioning. But it does work on both Chrome and Firefox. We've had a lot of issues with Safari. Some people have used it and said it works, but I don't recommend Safari, because even if it does work, even if you're able to log in, certain things, when you're doing some work and you try to save something, it doesn't save, and then you lose the work. So it's use Chrome or Firefox, please, because it's just easier. There's less of a headache, and we've tested it thoroughly on those browsers, and they do work.
Okay, great. So that's about it. 5 minutes into launch. Mike asks, why can't I add my logo? It won't let me.
Your logo is in the profile section, so you need to have a correct email address here. And a domain name. If you don't put a domain name, it won't let you submit this, because this is the information that's needed. If your email in this section is not like an email, it's something that's a username, send us a message so we can change this for you, so you can update this. Or what we might do is just make this is looking for an email format, right? Email format. If it's not there, we may just change this so it's not an email format. Again, this is not important. This is not, no one sees this. We've had a couple people ask, can you change my email? It's not important. Like, we've got a ton of tickets that we're trying to get everyone set up. These kind of things are just plain vanity. It's not important at all. The important thing is the domain name. Don't change it once you've added it, and then your slug. If you change it, you'll change the URL that you're logging in with. So if you know what you're doing, do it. If you don't know what you're doing, just leave it alone. No one sees this.
All right. Okay. Then
sorry, one thing
Margaret
before going off,
go ahead.
if you have a logo in here and you're trying to upload another one, and if that was what the question was, it won't work, because you've got to delete this logo. You can't have two at the same time. So delete this, then add the new logo.
Okay, great. Let's just, Margaret has a question about container apps, how to set them up, use them, and charge for them. Okay, yeah, so this again, Margaret, is
container apps. It's too complicated. Not everyone bought container apps.
Let's not handle this here.
So we won't discuss that here. We only have an hour, so we're just not going to get into container apps.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I just want to make sure that we are addressing it. Thanks, Nick. That's great. So for container apps, we discussed this in the VIP Academy section and the training that's there, because it's just too complex because not everybody has bought that option. So Michael, where do we submit bugs? Yeah, just open a support ticket and let us know, and it's feedback, or reach out to me at support@sameerjoshi.com. That's another way.
Well, one request that I would have is a bug. Please absolutely submit the bug request. But I want to change my email, or I want to do this. Those are not bugs. So give us a couple of weeks. Let us get everyone settled in. If you're asking for some customizations or changes, please don't submit that at this point. Let us get everyone settled and everyone happy, because I know people are upset that they haven't. We've got all the accounts pretty much set up now. 95 or 98% should be done, but let us get through this launch process, and then you can send us whatever tickets you want for requests. But not, how do I change my logo, or that kind of stuff. Those are not bugs. Watch the videos, all of the tutorial videos. I know I did most of the videos. I speak fast, but YouTube has this thing called a pause button, and you can push, you can rewind. So use those videos. All the videos do outline exactly how to build an app from start to finish, how to even publish it on the Google Store. So all of that information is there. But don't submit tickets like, how do you change this? Or, I don't like my logo, or it's too small, or those are not bugs.
Okay, good explanation. Okay, Rekha needs help to put my products on the main screen. Maybe you can detail that a bit more, Rekha. You need help putting products on your main screen. On the home, I'm assuming I need help to put products on the main screen. Is what it says.
So the home screen is, again, you log into the app. The home screen is managed right here. If you need help, it's just click the add new button. If you're talking about help to design this image, that's something that you are responsible for. This is not click one button and you're going to get Joe's Coffee app built for you, and click another button and it's published and everything's done. This is not that type of a tool. There is work involved. So if you guys are looking to to do something with absolutely no work, this is not the right tool for you. There is work involved. This is for me, this is the most the most difficult thing to do, is because I'm not a very creative person. I get people to do this stuff. We've got designers that are fantastic with this, and you can get an image like this done for you for $50, for $75. Go on Fiverr, give them the specs, and you get guys that do it for $10, $20. So you just find people like that are good at it. Tell them what you want on the home screen. So this, again, keep in mind, this is an image. So you can put anything anywhere. If you have 50 features that you've got on your app, you can tell them, these are the features, these are the calls to action I want. Make me an image that has the contact us, the notifications, the call, the Facebook, all that kind of stuff. They will do it for you. I mean, if you don't want to use, Fiverr is probably the best option to get this kind of stuff done. It's cheap. There's really good people there, and once you've got that, you upload that into the system, and then all you're doing is mapping out the functionality. You just create a hotspot and tell the system where to go, and that's it. Move it to wherever you want, and it's done. I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, hopefully. I just need to get off mute. Robert's asking, explain packages and domain name settings. So I'm not sure what explain packages means, but domain name settings, I think you talked about it.
Yeah, domain name settings, again, it's here in the package names. Okay, the package name. So here is the domain we've got for this account. Okay, AppsKit.pro. This is, let me explain it to you. So the package name is needed for the for Google. That's the fingerprint. Okay, so when you create your server key and your JSON file, it asks you for a package name. Okay, the package name consists of the domain you put over here plus the name of the app. So it's both combined. And this is what you would copy and paste in the Firebase account to get your server key and your JSON file. This is also the package name that's in the Google developer account. This is how Google identifies each app. There is no two apps in the entire world. There's like a billion apps on the app stores. No two apps have the exact same package name. It's not allowed. It's impossible, because this is the fingerprint. So it's like there's 7 billion people on Earth. Each one of us have different fingerprints. Each app that's in the App Store for Google has a different fingerprint. So that's there because, let's say you have Joe's Pizza and there's 1,000 Joe's Pizzas across the country. You can't publish them with the same name. How would you search them? How would you find them on the store? This is the unique identifier. So that's the importance of the profile in the domain name. This is how Google identifies it. Nobody but Google sees this. So don't worry about it if you have, you had an old domain, you put it in there, and then you put a new company together. Do not change that once you've got an app built. If you don't have any app built, you want to change it now, absolutely, no problem. But this is the unique identifier, and this is what's needed for Google to publish an app. If you change the domain name and you come back later and try and update the app and you submit it to Google, it will not recognize it. You will not be able to update it. So please be very, very careful of that. Don't submit tickets. I had an app that was published and now it doesn't work anymore because Google won't accept it. It's saying invalid domain name. That's why that happens. So it's very complicated and very difficult for us to go back in there and fix it. We will charge you for that by the hour. So don't mess around with it if you don't know it.
All right. Okay, so John asked, can we change our login URL and contact information? So I think you talked about that.
The login URL, you can change the slug. You can't change the login URL. There are ways to do it. If you are, if you're technologically savvy, you can do a domain mask the domain and forward it. that is possible. But right now in the system, if you don't know what you're doing, the only thing you do is change the slug.
Okay, great. So then Eric asks, I did not get the DFI Gold package into my account. Yes, you did not, because this is something that comes at regular intervals, and it will be added to your account or made available to you in monthly intervals. So, which is why you don't see it now, but you will see it very soon. Okay. So then Lou says, I actually created a test app, very basic and crude, and was able to run it using a web-based Android emulator. Plan to use this record video to show a prospect. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is so awesome. We're really proud of you. I mean, the entire team here, when they hear this is amazing. Yeah. If you want to share something about this on the group, whatever you feel comfortable sharing, and getting feedback of the community, please do that. Yeah. Nobody's going to be stealing any ideas or anything like that. People are just going to help out and give you feedback. So please feel free to do that. Okay. So Tony asks, can we have a workflow sheet from the first time you open the software through creating the first app? Very good question. Yeah, I mean, of course, the answer to that is yes. Do we have something ready to show? I don't know. What do you say, Nick?
We have. Is he referring to like a PDF guide, tutorial guide of step-by-step how to do things?
Yeah, that could. Yeah, this talks more about a workflow sheet.
I'm not sure what you mean by workflow. Like, is it? We have
Yeah,
that. We have the Excel
guide.
sheet.
We have the step-by-step guide. Yeah.
We have it. Yeah, we have a step-by-step. We also have the Excel sheet with all of the different things that are needed to be done. I mean, we can make those things available.
Yes, absolutely. So definitely we'll make those available and provide it. Let me make a note of that over here. Okay, great. Then emergency function. Margaret asks, emergency function, how do you use it for catching people?
I'm happy to ask that question because I've seen a couple of questions in the Facebook group asking about HTML code and if we can do that kind of stuff. So we have a feature called the emergency function. I don't know why we called it that. It's called that. It's actually, where is it? Here it is. So if you activate this, I will activate it here. The emergency function allows you to manipulate, put your own code into the system. So let me log in here. And it's in right here, the emergency feature right here. Okay, so you're able to add custom code right here into the platform. If you are familiar with how to write a code, you can do that, and it can be included in the system as a page, customized to your specific, exactly custom, obviously, when you're writing your own code. That's what the emergency feature is for. We may change the name of this going forward, but that's exactly what it does. This was designed for a specific client that was looking to, why we call it emergency was, it was a Coast Guard system in a company in the States that wanted to have a custom page and have a phone number. When they click on the phone number, like a 911, and that, so that's why we have the phone numbers up here, and that's what that was for. So this is the reason that was designed. There was 2 phone numbers you're able to add here, right here. So emergency 1, or call Coast Guard or call the 911 kind of thing. So that's what this is for. If you're familiar with custom code, just click add that feature and then come in here, code view, and paste your code in here.
Okay, great. All right, so great. So is there an option for us to pay someone to develop an app instead of us doing it ourselves? How about a template section to purchase? Yes, there is one. I mean, the DFI package includes that to a certain extent. So I'd encourage you to take a look at that. Or Robbie, or reach out to us, and we'll be sure to help you out. We have an app creation service, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Okay. So all right. John says, cool, I got my answers real time. Yes, we're happy to do that. So Araceli asks, I hope I'm pronouncing this correctly, in which cases do you recommend to change the slug?
It's totally up to you. It's if you don't like what you've got here, change it. If you don't care, I mean, it's up to you.
All right. Okay. So it's very subjective, obviously.
No relevance to the functionality of the system at all. It just, if you change the slug, you have to change the URL up here.
Okay. So what domain name goes in there? CEO Executive Officer is asking. I'm not sure what domain name goes in where, but
Here, the domain name, this is the only area that you, whatever your business name is. So if you're abcapps.com, then put abcapps.com. Whatever your business is. It can be really anything. Again, like I said, no one sees this, so it's just for Google. You can put whatever you want. Just make it sure it's real, because if you create a dummy, you could even put a dummy thing in there. You could put abc.com, but if someone else puts abc.com and creates an app and tries to publish it, you're going to have conflicts, and then there's going to be issues. So I would make sure that's a valid URL.
Okay, great. Okay, so Paul is asking, does one have to be a designer with Photoshop to make this easy to use? I'm not a designer. I'd rather work with templates. Yes, you can work with templates. Obviously, that's exactly we have the done for you template kits, so that you don't have to design anything at all. And if if you've gone for that option, which is the DFI Droid option, you get templates added to your account or made available to you every month. Yeah, 5 or 15 templates. So you can go ahead and get a hold of that and have a constant source of fresh templates always being made available to you, which is pretty awesome. So you don't need to be a designer at all. And if you want to get them made by a designer for just $5 or something like that, that's possible as well. Okay. Yes, Robbie will put a recording in the training section. Eric asks, where are you in the platform? Not sure when exactly this was asked. It's a bit difficult to.
Where are you?
Richard, yeah, where are you in the platform? So maybe this was asked at the time when you were showing something.
There's
So
two main
I'm not.
areas. Just so that everyone has, there's two main areas right here, the manage apps. This is where you add the apps and all your create app section. And then the other main area is here when you log in. This area here, when you're logging in, is what your customers see. That's their back office. This is your back office. You can log into all your customers' accounts. They cannot log into yours. The home screen and that stuff is managed and done right here. So some people were asking, there was an issue. Some people didn't see these buttons. That was something else that I saw. So let me show you something. When I increase the resolution of my screen, you see that the login button is now gone. So I apologize. The login button is now gone. So you basically have this button here now. So I click that, and that's where the login and the other buttons are showing here. So just if your screen size is too big, that's what it's gonna look like.
Okay, good. Okay, so the next one is, does the domain need to be hosted?
Which domain? In the profile?
I'm supposing, yeah.
Again, if it's valid, it doesn't have to be hosted. It doesn't have to be a real website. I'm just saying this, like I said, if you can actually put a dummy domain in here just to test it. But if somebody, again, this is like the thing that's going to be part of the Google's fingerprint on your app. So if you put abc.com and you leave it there and you build apps, and someone else did the exact same thing, I mean, it's very small percentage. Like if you build if your app domain name is abc.com and you build an app for Joe's Pizza, the package name becomes abc.com.joespizza. And someone else uses the same abc.com, they would also have to build an app called Joe's Pizza, exactly the same. So while there's a small percentage chance it could happen, I would just make it sure it's yours, and it doesn't have to be live, it doesn't have to be a website, just something that belongs to you. But that's why the package names are there. So you could use a dummy name, but the chances are that someone else used that same name, could happen. But if you use something like abc12378 whatever.com, then obviously the chances are much lower that someone else would duplicate that.
Gotcha. Okay. JC says, I really want to change my username.
The username, which the login name, where you log into the system, is that what he's asking?
No, it just says username. I just really want. Yeah.
Well, that's the only username is where you log in, where you type in your username and your password, and that's how you get access to it. That's something that I mean, it can be done. It can be done, but it can't be done by me. We have developers that work on this. So I mean, if you absolutely want it, we'll charge you per hour. I think we charge $25 an hour, and then whatever it takes an hour to do it, we'll change it for you. But it's not something that's manageable.
Yeah, the thing is that this is the way the system is, and it's hard coded into the system. So changing usernames and all, it's a complex function.
Yeah, just because we
So
had some issues,
no,
even the safeguards we took when we did the launch here, there were duplicate accounts created, and the system doesn't allow for that. You can't have two people with the same username and the same, that kind of stuff. It'll create conflicts. So that's why we
exactly.
made this uneditable. So
Correct. That's the reason. It's more of a security issue and a duplication or prevention of duplication issue than anything else. Okay. Does each app need a different domain?
different domain. No, the domain is entered once. That's it. Each app will have its
Yes.
own name,
Mhm.
right? You're gonna make one app for Joe's Pizza, one app for Tony's Pizza. They're all different names. You can't have this. You
Okay,
shouldn't have the
gotcha.
same name.
All right, Ernie, yes, a recording will be made available. David asks, outlet name versus app name. What is it?
Outlet name versus app name. So let me just show you right here. So the outlet name is again something that would identify the business to you. Maybe we should change this to business name. So it could be like something LLC.corp, some corporation name here. The app name is the name of the app. So I mean, I always put the same information on both. It's really not that big of a deal.
So the outlet name basically is the business name, and app
Right.
name is the app name that you see outside. Are there cases there where maybe we should answer if there are cases where this does need to be different?
I can't think of one. I mean, unless you're like a franchise or something like that. I don't know if the French, some businesses say I want, the legal name is this, but the trade name is something else, right? So,
All right,
they
okay,
want
then
voice.
sorry.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Okay, Alka is asking, how about the customer link? Can that be branded? I see that we can tutorial and support branded link. How about the
Sorry,
customer link? Can that, yeah, how about the customer link? Can that be branded?
the customer link. I'm not sure what you're referring to. What customer link?
I'm trying to figure this out as well. Alka, maybe you want to clarify that, what the customer links, what do you mean? What do you mean by customer link and how it can be branded? You see that you have a tutorial here and it's supporting branded links. So maybe you just want to clarify that. I would much appreciate that. Okay. Where did the silver DFI show up? Yes, they will show up in your mailbox and in your members area. CEO.
If this is what Elka is referring to, the customer link, just one step back. I mean, this is the inside of the dashboard of one of the apps we've created. This is a live app. So whoever's downloaded the app will be found here in your customer section. If that's what she's referring to, I'm guessing. So you can click on this and you can pull up the full CRM of that customer. There's a fully functioning CRM here, first name, last name, all that kind of stuff. So if that's what you want to change right here, you can change that. So you can come over here, change the mail ID, and then change the password. You have to tell the customer though. So if I logged in with nick@google.com and you changed my email address and I don't log out, it'll crash the app. So the app won't know who I am because that thing won't exist anymore, right? So if you can go in here in your customers section and change the information of your customers, that is possible.
Okay, good. If that doesn't answer your question, Alka, please feel free to ask again. No worries about that. Okay, so I answered that. Sean says, so those are template categories. I'm not sure when this was stated, though those are template categories. I guess this is just a statement when you were
Or in
explaining
the category
something.
list, maybe he's talking about the template categories. When you select a category here. So where is it? So these kinds of things. Yeah. So these are business niches, right? So cafes, clothing stores, coaches, trainers, gym, hair salon, hotels, pizza, religious restaurants, schools, social bar and club, spas. Those are all niches. You can have hundreds of different businesses in there. So when you select a cafe, it will give you the template of a cafe. It will give you a home screen of the cafe. It'll give you all the marketing, all the stuff geared toward the cafe. So again, it cuts down, when you're using the categories, it cuts down the build time a lot, right? So you just can go in there, edit the details, and your app will be ready. Literally, I mean, I can build an app in the system in maybe 45 minutes. I mean,
That's
think about
amazing.
that. A custom native mobile application in 45 minutes, it's astounding.
It's
But
astounding, absolutely. Okay, so I know that we are just about over the hour, and we obviously want to be respectful of your time.
I mean, I can
There
stay
are
on for
still a lot of questions.
If you want to stay on for another 15 minutes or so, if there's more questions, people that got to leave can leave. But I'd like to address as much as we can, just so we don't have to
Exactly, yes.
build up on the support
Right,
tickets and trying to get to
right.
everybody.
Right, exactly. That's why what I wanted to say. If you're pressed for time, you can leave. We'll put up a recording in the members area in the training section, and all the YouTube channel, which is basically where all the videos are stored. So, but let's keep going. Michael asked, what is the license create an expiration date?
Okay, we talked about this right at the beginning. I'll go over it again. The license create date is you've sold an app, you sold it today, you put today's date. The expiry date, it enables you to lock your customers out of their platform if they do not pay you. So if you're charging a subscription, which you should be for the apps, it ensures if people don't provide their credit card information to you so you can bill them automatically every month, that's what this is for. So you can set a date, say someone pays you today. Today's the 24th of October. And they don't want to give you their credit card, but they paid you whatever by check. And you would set this to November 24th. So you don't have to remember this in your head anymore. The system knows November 24th. If you don't extend this date, the people that have the app won't be able to log in. It doesn't delete the app or anything like that. It doesn't create any damage. It just restricts your users from logging in to doing it, sending push notifications from managing their system. That's what it's there for, to protect you, to make sure you get paid when you're supposed to get paid.
So Lou says, so we can change the slug, understand on domain. Once I publish, I need to keep it. I will come up with a generic app related domain. Yes, that's absolutely right. Lou, Leon asks, will you be adding a real estate, mortgage, and auto body repair category soon?
Yes, you know what? That's great. If you have different verticals, if you want to send us, give us a week or so and send us that as a request, and we can add those for sure.
That's fantastic. Will we have access to the recording? Yes, you will. Okay. Marketing materials, OTO. Okay. So I guess to your question, Kevin, marketing materials, OTO3 done for you, OTO2. All these things are made available at the right time, either in the members area or in the email box. So
there's also, sorry, in the back office, there's also marketing material here. These are Photoshop files you can download. I think there's, we got a couple emails. One of these, one or two of these links may have been broken, but you can download these Photoshop files. They're templated flyers and that you can manipulate if you know how to use Photoshop. But these are a ton of marketing materials right here as well. Not a ton, but there's quite a few. We'll add more as we go.
Okay. Ted asks, will you have a category for service businesses?
For which businesses?
Service businesses.
Service. So we need some more specifics on that. What, like, you can give us a request.
I guess Ted, if you want to detail that a bit more, things like, I don't know, are these service providers of some sort? Yeah, maybe you want to.
Don't get us wrong. When you pick a category, it doesn't stop you from making a custom app. You can start from scratch. You can start with a category. You can say, if you start with the cafe category, for example, you can build on top of that. Just come into the create app section and add the features you need. It just gives you the categories gives you a head start. That's all. You can start from scratch, and then everything will be, you'll essentially be working with a blank database, and you have to do everything. But you can start with a cafe, and then you can change it, the whole thing into something totally different. Just because you start with the cafe category doesn't mean it's a coffee shop app. It's just giving you the features and the automations with pre-built stuff rather than having to go and start from scratch. Right. You can just come in here and customize it, add or delete, remove features as you see fit. Okay, so Leon has a question. How much should we charge monthly? It's great approach. Making a business out of this. How much should we charge monthly? What do we recommend? Look, I tell this to people all the time. This is not a system where if you're looking at price, you can see how in-depth the system is, right? There's a bunch of other builders out there that are cheap. People, you can go to Wix and get a website done for free. You can do it yourself. But businesses still pay tens of thousands of dollars for websites. Not because they're stupid and like to burn money, because you're getting a totally different product. Even though they're both websites, there's a free website and there's a business that pays $100,000 for a website. So why is that? That's so, you know, it's a very good question. I would be charging a minimum of a $1,500 setup fee where you design, build, and submit the app for the customer. That's a one-time fee, and then, you know, at least $80, $90, $100 a month. We've got resellers that are selling them for $150 a month. And, you know, I've seen comments that people, you know, on the Facebook group saying, oh, no business is going to pay $80 a month or $100 a month. Then move on. You know, don't go to, you don't want to compete on price. What you're offering is the Rolls Royce of apps, as far as creation tools go. You know, unless you want to spend, you know, Domino's spent $500,000 on their app. Starbucks spent $1 million to build their app. You know, those are the kinds of costs you're talking about at custom developments. You can get an app done for $20,000, $30,000 if that's, you know, the route. But what you're providing is you're providing a tool that small businesses can get. You know, you're leveling the playing field essentially. You can give Joe's Pizza the same type of functionality, the same UI as Domino's have that they've spent $500,000 for $2,000, right? Every business does some sort of marketing. Joe's Pizza, the mom and pop people, whatever they do something. Whether they're doing flyers or sending out emails or whatever, they're paying for the email provider, they're paying MailChimp or something else to send out their emails, or they pay their flyer guy, their print guy to you know, print 10,000 flyers and send them out to their, you know, local area. That costs money. So for the cost of 10,000 flyers, you're giving them a fully functioning mobile app that that will become the most effective tool for communications with their clients. So you have to understand the niches you're going after. You have to understand what, you know, make 4 or 5 hot button topics and how this thing can solve problems for the business that you're trying to sell to, and sell it. And don't be afraid to ask for what it's worth. It's worth at a minimum of $1,500 for the setup fee and $80 to $100 a month.
It's fantastic. You got a local business right there. It's amazing. Okay, so Matthew asks, is there a way to download the page templates for editing and reference?
Sorry, say that again.
Is there a way to download the page templates for editing and a reference?
Which page templates?
Trying to figure this out as well. I guess it's maybe the app or maybe the home screen.
The home screen.
Yes.
You can go to the home screen section, and I think you can download a PNG if you can save it, but this is not a Photoshop file, so you won't be able to edit this. I could save the image as like a JPEG, but you can't. I mean, I guess technically you could edit the JPEG if you know, like in Paint or something, if you know what you're doing. But so yeah, you could just right click on it and save it like that. If you want the Photoshop files of these things, we can provide that for you. The templates we have those already built. And Samir told you we will be adding those more templates in the other packages that you guys have had access to.
Yes, yeah. So that's more that's for the OTOs. Okay, does the app work or still work if the app expires?
The login date, I mean the expiry date? Yes, yeah. The app will still work. The app will absolutely still the app works 100%. So if the expiry date only is relevant to people being able to access their back office, right? So if you sold an app to Joe's Pizza and he doesn't pay and the expiry date expires, he won't be able to go into his back office. And if he wants to send out a push notification or check anything of the app, he won't be able to do that. Let's say, here's another example. Let's say he stops paying you altogether, right? And the app's still live and he doesn't need access to the back office. He just only uses the punch card or something simple. Then what I would do is go into the app, change the home screen to say something like, Joe hasn't paid for his app, so please contact Joe and to why he hasn't paid, or an unpaid app or something like that. And then it basically makes the app useless, right? So he can't use it. So that's a safety net. You can just change the home screen to say Joe hasn't paid, and Joe's Pizza hasn't paid, blah blah blah.
Right. Okay. So Sean asks, can we use the client's domain for their apps, or do I have to use yours?
Client's domain where?
For their apps.
In the package name?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
No, because again, let me try and be as clear. If you use a client's name, let's say you sold an app to Joe's Pizza and you put Joe's Pizza in here, then next week you sell an app to Tony's Pizza. It won't work. You can't keep adding. Joe's Pizza will not be able to be updated. This is why you, as the app reseller, the salesperson, put your domain in here. Do not use a client's name domains.
Okay, so answer is no, actually, to this question.
You could, but then you're going to run into problems updating, right? When you build a different app.
Okay, when you Edgar wants to know, when you sell the app to a client for X amount of money, that app belongs to them for lifetime, right? So what's included?
Hold on a second. So when you sell the app to the client, you're selling them so let's say I'm selling Joe's Pizza an app for $2,000 and $100 a month. So the $2,000 is a one-time fee I charge to design, build, and publish. That money comes to me as a seller, the creator of the app. Joe owns the Apple developer account, and that's it. That's all Joe owns. He doesn't, he owns nothing else. He's paid me for a service. If he's paying me $100 a month, that's our agreement, and he stops paying me, I take the app down. Simple. The app stops functioning and he no longer has it. So he doesn't own anything. He doesn't own the source code, nothing like that. This is not a custom development where Joe pays you $10,000 and you transfer the app to his servers and everything's done by him. No, he doesn't pay. He no longer has access to the app.
Yeah, so this is actually a service that you're extending to your clients, but they don't actually, it doesn't reside on their servers per se. They own
It's a protection for you guys. I mean, you can tell Joe whatever you want. If you want to make a sale and say, yeah, you own it, you can tell him whatever you want. But it's there to protect you as a sales reseller. So don't, again, it's up to you how you put your sales pitch together. But if he stops paying you, you do have the ability to turn it off. If you leave it, that's fine. There's no issue. If he doesn't pay you and you're not worried about it, then there's no issues.
Okay, so can the app be now downloaded from my website or only from Google or Apple?
No, these are native applications. These are not PWAs.
Exactly.
Only Google and Apple. These are authorized, checked, especially by Apple. They go through testing before they're made live, so only from the app stores.
All right. David wants to know, is there a build feature to access audio files and podcasts?
If you store content online like YouTube or Vimeo, you can use the website link. So if you have a video you want to show or a recording or whatever, you can store that absolutely and just connect it with a video link in a website. So here's an example. So I go to the settings of the app, I go to the home screen, I would assign change functions, and I want to change this to a URL. I would come down here and click website, and then I'm able to paste a website. So wherever that is, youtube.com whatever the YouTube link is, paste that in here. And whenever someone goes, clicks on this, it would take them to that exact YouTube channel. So wherever the content is hosted, you're able to import that embedded into the system for sure.
I'm just going through the list of questions. We have a lot of questions, but yeah, we'll just go through them. Can we add login with the Facebook or Google accounts? Asked John.
Not yet. At some point in the future, that will come. Social logins, not yet.
Yep. All right. How do I? Michael wants to know, how do I change the login background?
Of the app.
Yes.
Right here in the Create App section. Click on the Create App, and go to the the Design It section, Images and Background, right here.
Okay, great. So so Robert wants to know, can you start from the very beginning using Firebase, etc.? Brand new, you're missing me where we are stuck. Brand new,
Pardon?
you're missing where we are stuck. I'm just trying to read this out. Can you start from the very beginning using Firebase, etc.? Brand new, you're missing where we are stuck. So I guess
Firebase is there's a really quick video on the YouTube channel that shows that I have to create I need an app to do that with. I don't have an app ready to go, so I can't show you that, but go to the YouTube channel. It's not, honest to God, I'm not lying, I'm not trying to brush anybody off. It's very simple. Again, YouTube has a pause button. If you're not sure, watch it over and over again until you are sure. It's very simple to use.
okay.
We're going to be doing another training, I think, next week, Samir, where we're actually going to build an app, and then at that point, we'll show you, we'll do it together. I'll actually build the whole app right in front of you.
Right, so that's going to be, that's scheduled for Monday. I'll be sending out links for that. Kelly has feedback for you that you're going too fast. Yeah, but there's a lot of ground to cover as well. So you can slow the video down, Kelly, and listen to this. Okay.
I apologize.
So I'm just being very upfront over here. So for Arceli asks, for the support in the tutorials, are we able to enter a different URL for each client?
support on the, yes, you are. When you build, so these links, I guess you're talking about, right? So yes, so
Yeah.
every app you build has its own tutorial and support link.
Okay. Joanna has a feature request. Is it possible to provide a create app checklist form?
We have the Excel sheet that you would go through for everything. So
Yeah.
we can provide that.
Right. So that would be the Excel sheet. Okay. Great. YouTube channel link. Yes, I'll post the YouTube channel link in the chat box. YouTube URL for training. Yes. Okay. I'll post both the YouTube URL, YouTube channel link, but we also have a page, a web page, which has all the videos in sequence. So I'll post that over
It's
here
here.
as
It's
well.
right here on your dashboard.
Right. So exactly, you just go to the support section, support and tutorial section, and you land straight there. Could you click on that, Nick, and just just you go to tutorials, and you have all the tutorials. It might take just a minute to build up. So you have a step-by-step guidance to all, so how you build your apps. You have the demo. You have everything over here, basically. This is actually the key section. So you don't even need to go to the YouTube channel. We obviously say the YouTube channel because that's got all the videos in here, but here is where all the videos are beautifully structured. So this is a very important set of videos that you should absolutely go through. Okay. All right. So Edgar wants to know, do you have to submit all apps being built for your clients to Google and Apple?
No, it's up to you. If you only want Google apps, I mean, the majority of the world uses Google. Only the North American market is Apple, and Google is pretty much split. But I think in Europe and that kind of stuff, 70%, 80% Google. So it's up to you. You don't have to submit to Apple.
All right. Okay. So Joanna has some gratitude to express, and yes, absolutely like to add that I'm very grateful for the opportunity and provision of AppsKitPro. Thank you. Yes, wonderful. Very welcome, Joanna. We much appreciate the feedback very much. Jack also says, please slow down too fast, just like the tutorials.
Yes.
It would be good to know.
I speak. I'll try. I'll keep it in mind.
I think could you just go back to to one of the tutorials, please, Nick?
Which one?
Anyone, just start a tutorial, please. And you see that little gear next to YouTube?
Sorry?
Left of YouTube, you see that little gear?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. Click on that, please. And you go playback speed and go to 0.75.
Yeah.
There you go. So if you do that, Nick's our normal would be 0.75 is what Nick speaks. So you can actually slow down the videos and speak and listen to them. All right. Lou wants to know, it would be good to know what has to be done before generating the APK and what is controlled afterwards. Great question.
Before generating the APK?
Yes.
Let me see if there's a video here. So APK issues. So basically, before generating the APK, the system tells you if it's red, it's not ready. If it's green, it's ready. So the APK, you basically got to put in the create section, in the publish section, all this information. This page, once it's done, it's ready. You don't even have to have the home screen ready at this point. You can just put all this information there, and then it'll work. You can generate the APK. If you don't have a home screen, obviously it's going to be blank, but you can generate the source code right here. You can add, all the other stuff can be added later. There was another question too. There was a guy that on the Facebook page that said he was coming in here and adding one feature at a time and turning on. When you let's say you start create an app with 5 features. So everything in the build section is here, right? So if you, and the things that are on are only blue. So whatever's active is in blue. So let's say you create the app with all these things that are active and you got a bunch of things that are not active. It doesn't mean you have to come back in here and regenerate the source code. You just come in here and turn this on, and it will, in like magic, it's going to be available in your app. All you got to do is close the app, hard close it, and then come back, and this will be available in the app. I mean, you have to map the functionality on the home screen, but you don't have to rebuild the whole app. You can just turn things on or off as you need. There's no need to rebuild all that kind of stuff. All these features are available. The source code, when you build it, builds all the features inside of the app. All you're doing is activating or deactivating the feature, so it's available in the back office for you to add on your home screen, right? So you can, if you add the coupon feature or whatever, and you go into you didn't have it before, you just turn it on, go into the home screen, put a coupon button there, and map it out, and it's live, it's ready. There's nothing else that you need to do. No publishing, no submissions at all.
Okay. So Otmar has a question being posed for Emma. Emma was also on the Facebook Live. So if we can manually add our AdWords, it would help generate revenue and publicly for our free community-based apps.
The AdMob, that question is
Yeah, AdMob related question, but also generally to add manually to adding AdWords to the apps.
Mm-hmm. Maybe some point down the road, we've got some other stuff on the roadmap, but at some point.
Yeah, so currently AdMobs is obviously, that's the answer to the question. AdMobs is not possible right now. AdMob is not possible. So maybe sometime, during the, in the future.
Put it on the roadmap.
Yeah, we have it on the roadmap. So Lou says, I messed with the menu and lost the hamburger menu. How do I get it back?
He messed with the menu. What do you mean he messed with the menu? He lost the hamburger menu?
Yeah.
So what he may have done with the menu is he may have, if he's using a white background and he changed the color to white, it wouldn't show, right? White on white will not show. See, it's gone now. But if he did, I'm not sure exactly what he did. The other thing is what you could do is go to the menu side and just upload a new menu, like put an image there.
Right. Okay. Lulu has a question. How is it that we manage our clients managing their own access to their customers?
Could you repeat that?
How is it that we manage our clients managing their own access to their customers?
How do they manage their clients? So the client login is here. So
right.
I mean, you can, like I said, turn their access off by changing the date. I mean, I'm not understanding the question. How do you manage their
their access? Yeah, Lulu, maybe Lulu, you want to rephrase the question because even I didn't understand it. How is it that we manage our clients managing their own access to their customers? Maybe you want to rephrase that, and we'll definitely answer that. Okay, so Eric says, do you show us how to approve apps for the App Store? Okay, we'll talk about this in the next training that we have scheduled. If you want to say something quickly about it, Nick,
the App Store, for Apple, there's really nothing for you guys to do. Just complete in the section, complete all the information that's required, and we do the work for you. There's we can't make it any easier. Just again, Apple is very, very strict with what kind of stuff they let on their App Store. Obviously, no pornography. They do not let any kind of vaping apps, cigarette kind of apps. Anything that has Android on it will not get approved. It will be rejected. So, and then obviously the design, it's got to look professional. But other than that, it's not a complicated thing. We will do the whole thing for you, right? So,
okay,
don't stress about it.
So, so Otmar has a question. Is there a possibility to test in iOS like we can for Android downloading the APK?
Sorry, say that again.
Is there a possibility to test on iOS like we can on Android?
No.
For downloading the APK, no. There isn't a possibility. No.
No, there's no. We don't. We have to compile the IPA files. It's a little bit more complicated. That's why we do it. Believe me, if it was easier, we'd love to do it and let you guys do it. But it's a little more complicated with Apple. Apple's a lot stricter. And there is one thing, Apple, there is like Google, you publish the app, it's live tomorrow, right? Apple, there is a submission process and a approval process. So, it takes 3, 4, 5, 10 days sometimes to get the apps through, but keep that in mind when you're selling.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then Otmar has a question also for Margaret, and we actually discussed some container apps, how to set them up. Emergency function for tracking, we talked about that. Restaurant table booking function. Sorry, dog's barking outside.
Yeah, again, we're not going to go through every feature because we're just trying to get you guys, assimilated with the platform. Every feature would take us hours, and we don't have that kind of time. There are videos, and if there aren't videos, we will be adding videos on each feature. It will take us way too long to go through each feature, but they're all there. They're all functioning. Just check out the feature list, even on the channels here. So features are here, and it shows you how to use and set them all up. So you should, gives you a good overview. Anything else?
I have at least about 50 more questions. I just don't know if we have that much of time here.
Anything important? You want to skim through them, or?
Yeah, I mean, just need to hold on. Let me just take a few over here. Okay, so David asks, can you please demo and show us how to access and utilize the upsells purchased, OTO3, Droid? Also, will our account be updated to unlimited apps, or do we have to ask for more when the apps run out? Is an app credit used for any demo apps created? So these are good questions.
Okay, so
I think
app credits
talked about, so you talk about app credits, I'll talk about the OTOs. Go ahead.
The app credits are here. Once you build an app, you are charged an app credit. If you never use it, you can delete it. And like if I delete this now, it's going to be gone. It's no longer there. So your credit will come back to you. So you can build as many as you want, and then if you don't use them, just delete them.
Okay. Then about the OTOs, yes, those will be added to your members area, when they're available, when they're made available, and that happens in monthly intervals. Yeah, there will be, there'll be instruction on that as well. As far as unlimited apps, yeah, this is a good point. Many of you have bought the unlimited apps license, and you see in your account 1,000 written there, yeah, and there are tickets asking, I bought an unlimited accounts app and now you're giving me 1,000. Okay, so the reason behind that is, firstly, there has to be a numeric value in the system. That's why we put a high number. We could have even put 9999 or 9,000 or 99,000 apps or whatever. We can put any number in there. But that actually means unlimited number of apps, yeah, so you can actually just go ahead and make as many apps as you want. We are discussing with our developers if we can change that to unlimited somehow. It might or might not be possible, but if you have 1,000 written over there, it means that you have unlimited apps. Yeah. All right. Nothing to worry about. Sean asks, can we integrate a CRM into this sign up to Absurd Records?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Can we integrate a CRM to this sign up and Absurd Records?
To sign up in what records?
I think it might be, it says absurd, but it might be insert records.
So the apps come with a CRM. So we have given you, it's a built-in CRM. This is your customer list. These are all the people that have downloaded your app. And this is the CRM. You click on the customer's name, you hit the show high detail. Here's your CRM, first name, last name, location, tags, address, phone number, gender, birthday, all that kind of stuff. You even have the ability to add custom fields. If you needed their favorite color or their age, shoe size, whatever you need, you can add custom fields to that. So this is a fully functioning CRM. So to answer the question, no, there's no integration with an external CRM product.
Okay. So Otmar asks, when will the cab module be ready?
It's being worked on. We're thinking 2 to 3 weeks before it's ready.
Okay. Damien wants to know, can the apps for customers be uploaded under my app developer account? No?
Nope, not in Apple. In Google, yes. You can have one account in Google. It's $25 for a lifetime. You can upload 1,000, a million apps there, no problem. Apple, each app has to have its own developer account. $99 every year, you got to pay to Apple. Unless you're a nonprofit or a charity, Apple waives the fee for that, but it still needs its own account. So
right. Okay, replays are going to be made available, Samuel. Okay, Edgar, if you submit your app to be approved by Apple or Google, how do you get away not paying the 30% fee if they see your web-based payment feature?
Very good question. Very good question. So the payment processing is handled out of the app inside of a web page. It's built. The web page is embedded inside the app, so it looks like it's still in the app. So payment features are like the shopping cart or the food ordering system. The payment things are handled externally. So it's not like a game where you're paying when you pay by coins or something like that, and you got to pay $50 for 1,000 coins. That money goes. Apple takes 30%, Google takes 30%. The way we do it is 100% of the revenue goes to the owner of the app. So it's handled in a page outside of the app, which is technically outside, but it looks like it's inside the app. It's on a website. That's exactly what Netflix has now done. The same thing. Netflix used to have the app. They used to pay Apple. Netflix, is massive. The monthly fees. Apple was taking 30%. Google was doing the same thing. Netflix had a huge thing. They were going to pull the apps, but they worked out a deal now. All of their processing is done offline that you pay on a website.
All right. Otmar, the answer to your dedicated manager question is yes. It is in the video and the page. So yes, you reach out to the support desk and that's going to be taken care of. Samuel says he's going pretty fast, so I want to be able to walk through this slowly. Yes, Nick, we all know your speed, but yes. Maybe just listen to the video a bit slower. That's the only way. We all have our natural speeds of talking. So Otmar says, please explain the ability to create an app inside an app container. Okay, so this is a container app question. Like we said, we're not discussing container app because it's a very big and complex topic, so we won't be able to discuss this here, and it's also a VIP Academy training topic. So let's leave that aside for now. Mike asks, so once you build the app, how much control does the customer have over their own app?
They have a lot of control. So if you train them on the system, they can go in, change their home screens, they can manipulate everything, all that kind of stuff. The only thing they don't have control on is the features. So if you disable features, they won't have access to it in the back office. You can pretty much all this stuff can be turned off. That's totally up to you. So if they're familiar with, if they get comfortable with the system, they can manipulate everything inside the app. And that's done by design. If you want to kind of train them, give them access to the trainings, and then let them go. Let them get value out of the system, right?
Right. Okay. Tommy asks, where can we get more details on the rewards as to who pays for this, details and not a flyover?
The rewards are features. Nobody pays for the rewards. I'm not sure what that means, but the rewards are features like a punch card. Buy 9 coffees, get your 10th free. We've got points rewards. We've got the spend-based rewards. We've got scratch and win rewards, coupons. They're all features. So there's going to be videos on every single one of them. There's no payment for them.
Yeah. So basically, refer back to the tutorials and training section, and the videos will be there. Okay, Bashir has a pretty long question. I'll take a shorter one first. Otmar asks, please explain custom branding.
So custom branding, again, up here, this can be white labeled to your business. You put ABC App Company right there, and you can change the, if you know how to use the domain masking, you can change the branding on the URL and remove, it'll be custom to your brand.
Okay. All right, so let me get to Bashir's question. I want to do a food ordering app for many pizza restaurants. Can I build this app so end users can use the app to order from the nearest pizza restaurant?
No,
I want to add one thing. No, yeah.
No, it's impossible. It's virtually impossible. It's not. No, you can't do that because the food ordering system is individual. So Joe's Pizza and Tony's Pizza and Mario's Pizza all have their own. They all have different items on their menu. They all need to be paid independently. So if I'm ordering from Joe's Pizza, he needs to get paid, not Mario. So it's independent. So you cannot build that. You have to build an app for each one of those things. And that's what you should be doing, because you shouldn't put everything in one environment, because you want to sell apps. You want to make money, right? That's the goal.
Right.
The more you sell, the more you make.
Right, right. Okay, so Otmar asks, we do not see affiliate center. I guess that's what is meant by it was what you explained earlier about the referral system. So we've
Referral
talked
rewards.
about,
So
yeah.
quickly to go over that, referral rewards are handled, where are they? It's not on in this
Sorry,
one.
apologies.
The referral rewards, I have to turn them on. Hang on a second. Let me turn it on. Redeem. Where the heck is it? Is it already on? I can't find the referral rewards. Submit a receipt. I apologize. Give me 1 second. Not there, not there. Points. Nope. Referral rewards is not included in this dashboard for some reason. Let me check the enabled. That's fine. I don't see points. It may have been changed. The name here. Sorry, here it is. Refer a friend.
There you go. Refer a friend.
Exactly. Friend, you would log in here. I apologize. I need to check my eyes. So the referral rewards are in the loyalty section. There it is. So you just enter a value in here. And how this works, basically, let's say I put the value of 5 in there. So it depends on how you set it up, either points or dollars. How it works is when you click on the refer a friend feature, your address book pops up in the app. And then you're able to, depending on the information you have on the customer, if you have their phone number and their email, the app will ask you how do you want to send the referral, email or phone, and you click that, whatever way you click, they get a referral. In that referral message is a referral code, and they can download the app. You can customize that referral message right here in the settings. Referral message is right here. So you can just come in here, the placeholders are right here. You can say, download this great, crazy app, it's beautiful, blah, 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 whatever. And then your referral code, paste it in there. When your friend gets the referral text or the referral email, they download the app. Now, how this works is the referral rewards are not, let's say I'm referring Samir, right? I've referred Samir downloads the app, he puts my referral code in. I don't get my referral rewards until Samir becomes a customer. So for the business owner, like if I'm giving out $5 as a business owner to every person that does a referral, like if I, for example, had 1,000 people in my contact list and I refer every single one of them, I wouldn't get $5,000 until those people come into the business and make a purchase, get a stamp on their stamp card, get some sort of a reward, and the system will now know that Samir has become a customer. So let's reward Nick. Nick will get his rewards as soon as he gets Samir makes a purchase. So it protects the business owner. And again, as a small business owner myself, when we, I would give you $5 every day of the week if you refer me business. I give you $10, I give you $20. If you're giving me customers, there's no better referral than word of mouth, and that's what this is for. So it protects the business and it rewards the customer as well. For people that love your business can refer people and be rewarded for it.
Okay. All right. So then Tony asks, and this is a GDPR related questions. When things like counting them when they are in a location, how do we get permission for this?
You can, in the settings area, we've got a manage info tab here. So you can put some information in terms and conditions by accepting usage of the terms of using the app. They accept terms and conditions, much like a credit card. By signing and using the credit card, you now accept all the terms and conditions. I've never read any of the legal lingo on my credit cards. I sign it and I use it, and if I don't pay, they will sue me. So same thing. You put your terms and conditions here. By you can put an info tab screen right at the beginning of the app too, saying these are our terms and policies and blah blah blah. That can be done as well if that's
okay.
That's important.
All right. So Otmar asks, please explain first store setup for free.
Please what?
Please explain first store setup for free.
I don't understand the question. First store setup.
I don't either. I don't either. So maybe Otmar, you want to detail that a bit. Maybe, I don't know. There are just too many questions here. I just want to, if I'm happy to take the question the moment it's clear. Dale, thank you very much for your email. Thank you. Joanna asks, is AppsKitPro integrated with Facebook Messenger bots or WhatsApp Messenger platforms?
No, not at this point.
Yes, I know. Okay, Edgar, do we provide white label to our clients so that they could manage their own apps?
The white label is you, not your clients. So if you're selling to Joe's
Exactly.
Pizza, this is not going to be a Joe's Pizza back office. This will be ABC Apps.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, no, Emily, this is not the same training as yesterday. This is more detailed. Please explain messaging chat on full autopilot.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Messaging chat on full autopilot.
Messaging chat on full autopilot. I don't understand the question.
So, Otmar,
Autopilot.
maybe you want to put a bit more detail into your questions, and then we'll be very happy to answer them. No problem at all. Okay. So Vixen Divine has a question. I know we're not there yet, but can the appointment app integrate with my Google Calendar?
No, not at this point. We're building another custom booking functionality, and it probably will be available there.
All right. Okay. Bashir has a question. Can any restaurant of them have the choice to turn on or off its services? Maybe the restaurant X wants to be closed on July 4th. Can this turn off its services and it won't be there for the users in the search? I guess it was the question related to the one earlier of the nearest locations and all. Yes, if it's an individual app, it can turn on and off its services as and when it chooses. So that's the answer to that question. Reed says a video on the JSON files needs to be explained. There are some holes in it. I don't know what to do there.
Okay, let's address this. We can quickly watch this video because I don't think there's holes. We'll watch it together. If there's holes, point out to me. We can remake it. The server key. Here we go. Okay, I will make this.
Look at how you create the JSON file and the server key for the back office. So you're logging into your Google console. Okay, Firebase console. It's called console.firebase.google.com. That's the URL. Just search Google Firebase console and you'll find it. You have to obviously be logged in with a Gmail address. Once you're logged in, you'll see a screen like this. Hit the add project. So I'm gonna call this the Marketing Alliance. That's the app I'm publishing. Okay, continue. Hit the continue button. Select an account, default account. This is for your analytics. Now it's going to go ahead and record this or create this. Okay, so that's created. I hit the continue button. Okay, and then you come over to your project settings and click this Android icon. Okay, now you need the package name, which we will get from our system. So give me 1 second to go and copy that. Okay, so I've copied and pasted that package name. Sorry about that. So you pasted the package name, which you got from our system, right here. You click the register app, which is going on right now. And then now you have the Google services file. This is a JSON file that you need to download. So download that. Okay, that'll go into my download folder. I'm saving that so I know where that is. I hit the next button. Okay, scroll down, hit next again. I can skip this step, just hit skip. And now I'm into my cloud messaging. This is where I get the server key. So I go to cloud messaging, and here's the server key. So you copy this, and you paste this into the area where it says server key in our system. So that's it. You've got the JSON file, and then you also have the server key. Very simple, easy to use, easy to do. Thanks for watching.
That's it. I mean, I don't think I can make it any simpler than that. I don't know. If you guys can't follow it, watch it a couple times. It's not difficult whatsoever.
Okay. How do you handle two-factor authentication for Apple developer accounts, which is now required?
That's a very good question. We have a document that outlines the submissions process. The two-factor authentication is done two ways. So there's two types of Apple developer accounts. There's a personal account. So if it was in my own personal name, Joe Smith, or if I had my business account. So if it's Joe's Pizza, whatever, the business account. In order to get an Apple developer license in a business account, you need to have a DUNS number. A lot of small businesses don't have a DUNS number, which is Dun & Bradstreet. Some do, but some don't. So you, in that case, the developer account is put in the owner's owner's personal name. If the app is in a business account, then all you're doing is adding us as an admin in the developer account, and we don't need a two-factor authentication code. When the app is in a personal name, then we will need a two-factor code. So we will need to schedule, we have it on our documentation, you will need to schedule a time to connect with one of our submissions team. And there's a chat window that we provide, a chat link that we provide for you. At that time, go to the chat link, the URL. They will initiate the process. You will get a code from Apple, and then you'll provide it to us, and we will be able to log in and submit the app.
Okay. I want to make one app for different companies. Is that possible? Will it be possible for them not to see the prospects of each other? Otmar
You want
asks.
to make one app for different companies?
Yeah,
That
one app for different companies. No, it's not possible. All right. Okay. Is there a tutorial on how we submit the apps into Google and Apple? Yes, there is a tutorial, but not for Apple because that's taken care of by us for you. Okay. So then Lulu asks, I thought we did not have to pay app account to Apple or Play account. Yes, you do need to pay for both accounts. I mean, different fees.
Google is lifetime, $25.
Yes.
Apple is $99 a year.
Yeah, so different fees. Rich says, are you saying that if I want to create two apps for my own business, I would have to have and pay for two Apple developer accounts?
No. So if it's your own business, if you got two separate businesses, you can create 30 apps for your own business in one account. But what will happen is, let's say Rich, the Apple developer account is in your personal name, and you create an app for Rich's cell phone repair or whatever the app is. You will submit the app. Apple will reject it, saying, hey, this is not the same name. And then what you'll have to do is provide documentation, a letter, tax state, whatever the registration form, say, hey, I own the company, I own the app, it's mine. Apple will then approve the app at that point. And you can put, as long as you own the app and you can prove that you own the app, then you can have it all in one account. Absolutely. But what you can't do is you can't make apps for somebody else in your own account.
Right. Okay. Chris asks, do you also publish via a PWA?
No, we do not publish PWAs. We only do native applications.
Apologize. Okay, call in here. Okay. In the training, it's not mentioned how to build the front app page, Chris says.
The front app page?
Yeah, I think it's the home. Yeah, I think the home screen is what is meant.
The home screen is, like I said, that's something that you would get done. You have to understand that even when the templates that we provide, we'll provide Photoshop editable files. But when you're selling an app to Joe's Pizza, Joe's gonna want his logo here. So there's no way in the world that we could know, Joe's logo, the people that you're selling apps to. It's impossible. We can give you the framework, and that's fine, and you can upload the logos, but everyone's gonna have their own logos, their own branding, their own color scheme. So it's virtually impossible to do that custom. You would have to get that design either manipulated by the templates that we provide, or have it designed, like I said, on Fiverr. You can go on Fiverr and get something done extremely cheap and really looking amazing. So that's the way that it has to work. The home screens have to be, they're custom. Again, when you're selling it to part of the beauty of the app is that it's an extension of someone's brand, right? When you go to a small business owner and you tell they have their own app. I mean, we've seen this in the people we've sold. They're so excited about having their own app. It's on the App Store. It gives them a little bit of credibility. Like Domino's and Starbucks have apps. Now Joe's Pizza, I got my own app. It gives them that credibility. They want their branding. They want their logo. They want people to associate their business with their app. It's gotta look the same. It can't be Domino's Pizza app and this is my version of the Domino app. It's got to be the same. So these screens have to be designed, have to be completed by you. Again, the templates that we're going to provide are going to be editable. So if we provide you this, you can pop this logo out and stick a logo in. If the guy's happy with everything else, away you go. If he wants customization, then you're going to have to customize it, and you can charge for this. It's not something that you're doing for free. Charge for it. The design, build, and publish fees, $1,500 to $2,000, $3,000. Charge for it. Don't be scared to charge for it.
Excellent. Fantastic. Okay, so Angela says this is fabulous. Yes, thank you very much. Is there a way for my clients, customers to be able to send a link to the app from my client's website with a download our app so their
Yes,
customers can
absolutely. That's
get
the
the
marketing
link?
tool. So yeah,
Yes.
put the QR codes, put the links, down, you can get on the website a Google icon and an Apple Store icon, and then just put the URL, find the URLs when the apps are live. You just search get their URLs and paste them into those links, and when they click on them, it'll automatically take them. Absolutely, that's one thing that you also really should know when you're selling an app to somebody. Don't sell them this tool, and though it's a fantastic tool, teach them how to use it. If you just give them the app and you make it, and the guy doesn't know what to do with it, it's not going to do anything for him, and he'll cancel on you. Teach them how to promote it. It's a channel like Facebook, like Google Ads, like whatever they're print, whatever they're using to market their business. It's another channel, but this is going to be a channel that is going to be the most effective channel they'll ever have in their entire toolkit. Because once their customers download this app, it's two-dimensional. Right? If you're using a flyer to market your business, people get it, they look at the thing, they throw it out. That's one-dimensional. When someone downloads your app, you have access to these people. You've got their email address. You've got them you've got the ability to send them a push notification. So it's going to be the most effective tool for any business. It's just, you can't beat this kind of a tool, because people today use their smartphones more than they watch TV. I mean, that's unbelievable. I just saw a thing on Google about that. More than they watch TV. The most important screen space in the entire world is your customer's smartphone, and to get your icon on that smartphone is priceless. Repetitive advertising, like real estate people send out these little magnets that you stick on your fridge. It's because every time you walk by, you see their name, and when you want to sell your house, boom, I'm going to call this guy. The same thing. Get your logo on their screen. They see Joe's Pizza every time that they open their phone. When they're hungry, where are they going to go? Joe's Pizza. Right?
Exactly.
Invaluable.
Right. All right. So Angela asks, can we also promote the apps in AdMob and other mobile advertising platforms, and will they require an SDK code?
You can absolutely promote the apps anywhere you want. I'm not sure what other platforms require, but if they require something, we can get it for you.
All right. Awesome. Stephen says, yes, I like him. Made me laugh. I think he's talking about you and your speed. So
I'm
Pete,
sorry.
can the app be both Apple and Android? Plus, if we need to have you listed, is it listed by my person agency branding?
I don't. The app is both Apple and Android.
Yes.
So on Google, you can have your company name, but not on Apple. Like the developer could be your company, but on Google, but not Apple would have to be, for example, Joe's Pizza developer account.
Right. Okay, so then Emily says, I don't know how to use Photoshop. Are you guys able to design the apps with pics provided? Yes, for a service, obviously, this is the done for you service. So, please reach out to us, and then we'll be able to help you out with that, Emily, for sure. Joanna asks, can you clarify Apple developer account details? Should we add per customer their developer IDs?
So again, we've gone over this a few times.
Yes,
little bit repetitive.
So we can just skip this. I think if we've already answered stuff, we can just skip over it. How do you give access to customer to the dashboard? I think we talked about this as well.
At the beginning, right at the beginning, yeah.
Yes. Can you cover how to design and create the home screen? I think we talked about that as well. Is there a way to allow comments within the apps similar to Facebook or Twitter?
There is a we call a fan wall, so it's a feature. You can just enable that, and then people can post comments. It's protected, so the comments will not be live until the admin of the app goes and activates or approves the comment, just in case there's negative comments or inappropriate comments. You can see that stuff. Again, it's one of the features, and it can be done.
It's a feature. Okay. Yes, absolutely. So Tony, yes, the answer to that is yes. Okay. Christopher says I don't have a settings menu. Not sure what that means, but a settings menu. Okay.
Sorry, say that again?
Okay. I don't have a settings menu.
Because a couple of people did the same thing. They took a screenshot of this screen and said, there's no settings menu. The settings menu is over here, guys. You have to log into the app. Log in here. That's where the settings is, right here. It's not on your panel. It's over here in your customers in the app panel. That's where the settings is. So please try and pay attention to what the videos and what we're trying to say. I know I speak fast. I apologize, but yeah, It's inside of the app. It's not on your panel. You will not see settings here. You see it when you log in.
Okay, so I see some people posting the same question like 6 or 7 times. So please refrain from doing that. It just increases the number of questions here. We're at 645 right now. We are trying to answering all the questions, and posting them once is absolutely fine. We will answer as many as we possibly can. We're going on for 2 hours now. And we're just going to do this. So please don't post the same question over and over again. That actually doesn't help at all. Paul Gardner, I tried to edit, but nothing happens. Not sure what you tried to edit, Paul. Maybe you want to rephrase that and let us know what exactly that is. So, okay, Lourdes LLC is asking, so we need to pay $50 to submit an app to Apple. Do we need to pay for updates or edits to the app?
So no, when you update the app, it's all done in real time. You just turn something on, it's done. There's no submission process for that. The only time that a submission would have to be done again was number one, if let's say Apple updates their operating system and the apps don't work, we will fix the app, the code to make sure that it works with the latest OS. Then the app may need a submission. Or two, let's say we have 30 features in the app today and we add 10 new features next week. Those features weren't in the app when you published it. Like you published an app today, for example, with the 30 features we have, and we got 10 next week, and you wanted one of those new features in an older app, then we would need to resubmit it. So yes, that would be the only time that the submissions will be required, and there would be a submissions fee because there is a process for that.
Okay, Otmar has a question. I don't understand one word in it, but let's try it out. Some things when the login apps clients do not need to see. Possible to make option to loque tabs for them, LOQUE tabs for them. Sorry, I actually don't understand that. So maybe you want to rephrase that, Otmar. I don't know. Do you understand that, Nick?
I don't.
So. Okay, let's move on. There was a statement. How do we know that you're going to be around with your support? Yes, the short answer to that is yes, we are going to be around. Explain how Hub works in the apps.
The Hub is basically a tool that allows, okay, so in the back office, when a user wants, or the admin, the owner of the app wants to send a push notification, they go to the campaigns, go to the notifications tab, and then they can set up push notifications. The Hub, when you put the owner's admin here, you can set up a screen that they can send push notifications right from their phone. So they don't have to log in here. They can set up and schedule push notifications right from their phone.
All right, okay. So Tony asks, does the app have to be connected to a network to function?
It needs data connection, Wi-Fi or data, absolutely.
Correct, absolutely. Okay. Ben, can we list client apps under our Apple account?
No, we've said this a few times.
Okay,
Each app needs its own developer account, not for Apple.
Okay, please build an app from scratch using a new account like mine that has never been used, A to Z. Robert. Yes.
Why don't we do this? If you want to give this out as a freebie for next week when we do our build, we'll pick one of our clients, one of the customers, and we'll build an app for them. We'll do the screens, we'll do everything right from the start.
Okay, good one. This is an awesome one. So here's what we're going to do.
Somebody has to do something, and we'll get an app built for them.
Okay, fantastic. So here's what we will do. I'll make a Facebook post in the Facebook group. I'll do that while we're answering the next question. And I'm going to ask people to give ideas for what their apps are. And the team will pick an app and we'll build it on screen. That's awesome.
I'd like to build an app that's going to be used, not like just a demo app, a dummy app. I'd like to really build an app that, go sell something to somebody or build it for your own self, but we'll do the screens, we'll do everything, but we'll need more than what's today. We'll probably have to do this one on Wednesday next week because I'll need to get the screens done. We'll do the draw or however you want to do it and pick the winner, and then we need to get the screens done, and then we'll do the whole process. On our next training, we'll build the whole app, everything from start to finish, and one lucky person will get a free app done right here, and we'll record the training and we'll put it on the tutorial sites. Okay,
we might or might not be able to do it on the Wednesday. I don't know about that as yet, but we will choose one of the days. Maybe try to figure it out. Do it on a Monday or something on the Monday, something like that. We'll see how to go about.
We'll confirm it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good one. I cannot. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't understand that. Joanna says awesomeness. Thank you, Joanna. Mike asks, what is a good price for apps? What about monthly? I think we talked about that.
80 to 100 bucks minimum. Go
Yep.
more.
Okay,
Start high,
there will
come
be
down. Let me just give one tip. I think this is really important. You've got room to come down. You can't go up. If you give them a $50 price point, you never can go up. You can come down. You can negotiate. The first couple apps you sell are going to be totally different than the 10th or 15th or 20th you sell. Get a couple sold under your belt. Figure out the process. Go to the people, to talk about the apps, and see the kind of questions that they ask you, the kind of pushback you get, and then you'll be better prepared. The first appointment that you make to sell an app compared to the 10th is going to be totally different, because you're going to have a lot better understanding of the kind of questions you have. Your sales pitch will be more refined. But sell a couple, sell them cheap, sell them for 500 bucks, sell them, whatever. There's no additional cost. You sell them cheap, get them under your belt, 50 bucks a month, whatever, and then now you have some stuff in your portfolio. You could say, this is one of our apps, this is one we've done, that kind of stuff. So it's just a good process to have. You sold a couple, you understand the process, and as you go down the road, you will become much better at it, like anything else, and then you can charge more.
Okay. Lou asks, how many settings need to be established before publishing the app?
Again, we've gone over this 2 or 3 times. It's in here.
Yes,
If it is red, you cannot. It's not ready. If it's green, it's ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good enough answer. Thanks. So I want to do an app for music festivals, and there are no preset categories. Can I build my own category, or which categories do you suggest for me to use?
You can start from scratch, or you can. I would pick one of the categories and just build on top of it. That's all. Just pick one of the categories and build on top of it. You can go in there and customize it. You can turn things off if you don't. It's not relevant. It's really
okay. Which of the presets ones would you recommend?
I don't know. I'm not a music. I'm not schooled on that kind of a business. I wouldn't need to sit down with the owner of the app and understand what kind of features they want, what they want wanted to do, that kind of stuff.
I think anything to do with art, event, things like that might be okay. But I think just build one from scratch. That would be amazing. Okay, Aaron asks, can we have an e-learning videos inside Coach app? Can we have e-learning videos inside Coach app? Okay,
I don't understand what Coach app. Oh, the trainer, the Coach app. Yes, you can have videos. You can connect them with URLs. So they're hosted offline. You can connect them with URLs. And let me show you something else. This is really cool feature that we've got. The settings, the home screen, and when you go to the assign change functions, there's what we call plans. When you click on the plans button, you can create payment plans. So you can gate for coaches who've got materials that they want to charge for. Perfect for that niche. You can give it a name. Let's say I'm going to call this the gold member or whatever, gold. And I could say it's an annual purchase. I want $197 annually, right? I submit the plan. Now I've got this plan set up here. So when I come back to my home screen, assign change functions, and I want to say, let's say this is where all my videos are going to be housed, right? I can click on this, and whatever the feature is, I can say goal plan. Now I save it, and anyone that touches this, tries to access this, they'll get a pop-up saying purchase access. They're taken to a web page, they pay to come back into the app, and they will have immediate access to that content. So it's a huge way for you to monetize the apps. It's really cool feature. So yes, to answer your question, this is a great way to do that.
Okay, fantastic. All right, what is the best way to put a video playlist in my app?
A video playlist, I would come up here, go to the customer section, website list. You can add a bunch of, let me quickly do these. I'm just gonna put a bunch of URLs in here. You can put a little icon there if you want. I'm not gonna do that right now because I don't want to waste too much time. I will add another one. Let's go. I'm just adding a bunch of URLs just so you can see how these are done. Okay, so I've got now 4 URLs created, right? These are all TV stations. What would if I wanted to list them all here, I could create, when I'm mapping it out on the home screen, where's the home screen? Right here. I've got a feature called website list. If I have website list, it will take me to a page that shows that list of all the different URLs. But in the website list here, I can create tabs. So I go to manage tabs. I'm trying to go slower. I know I speak fast, but let's say I want to create tabs. So I can say add a new tab, and this will be called TV whatever news, right? And then I can select which URLs would fall under this category, right? So if I want a CNN and let's say Fox as news, so I click that, and now I've got a tab with news. Similarly, you can put like social media. You can have your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, all your social media things under one tab. Does that make sense? I know it's going a little bit quick, but so you've got your URLs here, and now you've got a bunch of URLs. You can organize them in tabs, right? So that's what how you would do that. All the different URLs, and then again on the home screen, when you're mapping it out, if I created the website list, I've got the TV news here. So I can say this is, I could put a news icon on my screen, right? Whatever it is. I hit save. Now when people click on this area on the home screen, it will take me to the listing of these websites. So you can create as many different tabs as you want, as many different websites as you want, and embed them in this way, and kind of categorize them really nicely.
Okay. All right. So what about the geofencing configuration is what Rob wants to know.
Geofencing,
what about it?
very, very simple to do. Click on geofence, hit add new. Just enter a name for the geofence, like put Empire State Building, Empire State. Okay, and I would just, we're using Google API, so I would just type in the address and the name, Empire State Building, tap the next line, and it automatically pops up the Empire State Building. The Google coordinates are automatically popped up, and this is it. So I don't know why it's got 2 here, but you can make this bigger or smaller. And right here is where you would type in the message and hit active, submit, and now you've got a geofence created. So anytime that people go through this geofenced area, they will get this message. You can also segment them. If you have different types of reward levels, you can segment them. So you've got level 1, 2, 3, you can have different reward levels. Only the best customers want to get this, whatever. So you created a geofenced area, and this push notification goes out to them anytime they go through this area. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Perfect, I think. All right, what about the rest of the app is what Richard is asking. I'm not sure what that means. Okay, my question is understanding the domain name when setting up the account. Am I using just the domain name provided, or I attach custom domain to that domain? I think
you have to set up your own domain name. Again, it's very important that you guys understand this. The profile, you need to put your domain name in here. It's the unique identifier for Google to identify your apps to your account. No 2 domain names can be the same. You and no one else in the world can be the same. It's like your fingerprint. Please understand that. We've said this about 5 times today, so it has to be.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Kevin wants to know, can I make a quiz type app?
Yes, we've got a form builder. So if you turn on the forms, you can create quizzes. You can create questionnaires, surveys, all that kind of stuff. Let me see if it's turned on here. Forms. Yeah, forms is on here. So I'll go show you quickly how to do that. Enter the app. Forms, you can basically, again, there'll be videos on this. You can set, add new, put the form name like quiz, and then submit button title is submit. And then you can manipulate the colors. I'm just gonna leave that for now. Confirm. These are the titles in the boxes. Yes, I'm just gonna put yes. Cancel button is cancel. And so right here, so when you're creating a form, you can put people's the admin's emails separate by a comma. So whenever the form is completed, the people's emails address that are in this box will get that form emailed to them. Okay. You can also have, if you have multiple pages, check this off. Tabs enabled means more than one page. If you've got a big questionnaire, you can have multiple pages. So I'm not going to make that right now. I hit this. I've made started a form here. Now I can create fields in my form. So I could hit the manage button, hit add new. I'm adding a field now. So I'm putting a name here. So it's going to be, I want your name, for example. The label is going to say name. And these are the types of things that you can ask for on a form. You can have single line text, paragraph, multiple choice, checkboxes. So I'm just going to put single line text. It is required for me in this form. I want to make it required. Instructions for the user, something like enter name, predefined value. Again, it's not necessary. If you want this in the report, right, you can create a report. So if you're asking a question like, what's your favorite movie? And you give them 5 movies to choose from, you can get reports on the answers. So this, you don't want the name in the report, so I'm not going to add that. So here's a name. I add a new title here. So this is going to be the favorite movie, and the label is again fave movie. And then this will be, let's say it's going to be drop down. So we'll have a drop down menu. I'm going to put some movies in here. Back to the Future. That's one of my favorites. Enter. You're just typing these things out. So I'm going to try and blank. iRobot. Another movie. Back to the Future 2. So we've got a few options there, and yes, I would want this in my reports. Hit submit. So now I've got 2 fields in my question in my survey. You can keep going, and you can make this as long as you want. You get the idea, all right? So when people in the app, when you connect to your home screen, saying survey or questionnaire or whatever, and when people open that up, they'll be taken to a page that will ask them for their name. We'll give them this information, these questions, and then they'd be able to, at the end of that, they'd be able to submit, and that's how you make the forms, the questionnaires. It can be a lot more complicated, but I just showed you really quickly. You can add different fields. You can ask for address, and when you ask for the address, they can hit a button that will send them the device's address, which is really cool. You can put signatures in there where people can sign, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. A few quick ones from Michael. How do we submit bugs? Yeah, through the support desk, but bugs are real bugs. I mean, not bugs are just if they're real bugs, please submit them. How do we do updates on the apps? Yeah, you update them in your system. So do you want to talk about that a bit, Nick?
Updates? Again, once you've submitted an app, there's no real reason to do an update unless something else comes along. Like I said, if we have 50 features in the system today and you build an app and only using 10 of those features, and then you want to add 2 more features tomorrow, you don't need to update the app. It's just turn it on. That's it. The only time you would need to update the app is, like I said, if there is an improvement in the system, we add 10 new features, then you want one of those new features, you would need to update the app. If we update the app with, the operating systems change all the time. If that comes out, that needs to be done. That's when you update the app. Otherwise, once the app's built, it's made, it's working, you don't need to update it ever.
Okay. How do we? Okay. Is there a way for users to log out?
Yes. In the app, there's a settings tab in your menu, and then we would go to the settings tab and they'd be able to log out.
Okay. How are points assigned and redeemed?
Points, again, features, but there's several different rewards programs. You would have to set them up. This is a blank database, so it's not really, it's a little bit more complicated for me to go into the whole feature, but you can basically add the whole point system right here. You can add points per dollar spent, so every dollar you spend, maybe you earn 10 points. Again, we'll build out an app, and we'll do everything from scratch. And the next thing we'll add a little bit more in depth. We're doing general questions now. We'll go really a lot deeper. We're almost into 2.5 hours now, so let's see if we can.
We'll put a 2.5 hour cutoff on this, and whatever you can get answered, we'll try to get answered, because there are just too many questions here. Let's see. Rajesh says, we need to share everyone AppKitPro link for user login, or can I use my agency domain name?
Don't understand the question.
I don't understand. So Rajesh, you want to might want to rephrase. What do you have on App Store that I can go check out? Kari So why don't you go with Denim Industries, for example, right?
There's apps built by the platform. Send us a message on, and we'll give you a bunch of different apps that were built by the platform.
Yep. Okay. Can I integrate with Google Drive for Excel? No.
Integrate with Google Drive? How?
Yep. I don't know.
You can use Google Drive to store your images and upload them. That's you're just selecting an image from your computer.
Okay. Okay. Michael asks, how do I change the login background? I think this is the home screen that they're talking about.
The login
Michael?
screen?
Yeah.
Or the home screen? The login screen is right here. Right? Again, this is the third time I think we mentioned this one. The home screen is in the settings area of the apps.
Can you explain auto email and SMS? How much is SMS and how do you buy?
Okay, let's go to automatic email first. In the campaign section, automatic emails work when there's set certain triggers. Again, when you build a category app, all this stuff will come set. None of these are set right now, so it's empty. When you build a category app, this stuff comes set. So there's the name, these things are the triggers. So for example, birthday. If you have your client's birthday, you can send them an automatic email. The system will send them an email. You just set it up, click the edit button, put the information here, write the email up, and then hit active and submit, and it'll be active in the system. And whenever someone has a birthday in the system, it will automatically send that out. So these are the different triggers that we've got here that you can set up. Just set the emails up and it's automatic. Set it and forget it. SMS is something that you need to purchase credits for. We use a provider called Twilio that's integrated in our system. We're working the kinks out on this one. I mean, we're not sure how we're going to go forward with the SMS at this point, because you guys came in at such a low ball price. We're not sure about this, so give us a week and we'll figure that out. But SMS, we have to integrate in a Twilio account for you, and then be able to buy credits right through that.
Okay, so let's keep moving. Do I have to generate APK for every client? Can you speak on that?
Yes, absolutely. APKs are the apps. Every client you build, every app you build, it has its own file, right? Its own system. So you have to build an APK for every client.
So this is moving so fast, a PDF or YouTube video covers this material, that would be better. Yes. So Victor, please watch the replay of this, and I'm sure you'll be able to take a lot of information out of it. Kevin asked, can it make a radio station streaming type app?
Yes, it can. It can do that. I'd have to. It's a little bit more technical. We'd have to actually connect for a call and do that. But yes, we can do it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What if I build an app for, say, hairstylists and want one app they download and then they put their own name and logo on without my having to create a specific app for each individual stylist?
So you're talking about building apps for stylists and not the salon?
Yes.
That you'd have to have separate apps.
Exactly. Yeah, each stylist becomes a business on their own, basically. That's what happens, right?
Generally, that's not the way it works. The salons have, the salon app, and the stylists are listed inside.
Right. Yeah. I think so. Okay. Go to edit profile and changes. Okay. Do I need to separate apps? Okay, I'm not going to take any Android and Google questions anymore. I think that's talked about several times over. What about the language versions? Kimo is asking Finnish, Swedish.
Okay, so languages are set up in the settings area right here. Go to configure app, and you are able to see what languages we offer. These are the only languages we offer at this point. We may add more down the road, but right now that's all we offer. So this is all you got to choose from. Once you select that, that's the language that the hard-coded stuff on the app is going to be in. But the content can be whatever you want. Like the home screen, you can make it in Chinese. It doesn't make a difference because those are images. So you can make the content whatever you want. The language, like I said, the hard-coded things that are not manageable, that you can't manipulate, that's the what you put the language in. But even if, let's say, the language is not offered here, You could still make all the app in whatever language you want, and only a few things will be won't be native, like the native language you have. But at this point, these are the only languages that are offered.
Okay, could I put my agency logo in the client?
Sorry, can you put your agency logo where?
Agency logo in the client dashboard?
Yes, this logo your logo will show up on your client's dashboard.
Okay. Rekha asks why the only thing that email and SMS notifications are not going out to my clients.
So what's the question?
It's a statement that email or SMS notifications are not going out to Rekha's clients, is what she's saying.
SMS, did she build an app already?
Supposedly.
Okay,
Maybe
well, SMS is not going to go up because there's no SMS set up. You have to purchase the credits.
Exactly. Right. So that's not going to work. So maybe Rekha, you want to let's talk about this more in the support. Matthew asks, what's the deal with the resource tab and when will it be made available?
When we have everything finished.
So I think, the next week or so too is what the timeline for that is. Basically, because this also incorporates some feedback that we are getting from you guys, and to customize it to the to your requirement, because this system actually exists for a while now. Okay, what are the costs involved yearly to us provide an app for a client for Apple and on Android? I think we've talked about the costs over and over again. When are you going to do some templates for the healthcare templates? Elena asks.
Well, we can make those available. Again, submit those requests. I don't know where, Samir, you want to take those requests for the template club.
In the support desk. The support desk is the place to.
Well, give us a little time, guys, because we want trying to iron everything out now. The requests for new things and stuff like that. Give us a little bit of time. Let's get everyone set up and everyone familiar with the system, with logins, with people having issues with logins and stuff like that. Once all that's done, the launch is done, everything's over, we will clear our support window, and then we'll be able to address you a lot better. But please keep those requests to a minimum at this point.
Right. Okay. So where do you test an app before submitting it to Google or Apple?
You can once you've got the APK built, you can download it directly. If you've got an Android device, you can put it right on your Android device. If you have an Android device, this preview code, this is also, we have a tool called the preview tool. It's available only on Android. Download that app, punch this code in, and the app will be live on your phone like magic. If you don't have an Android device and you only have Apple, go to Appetize, set up an account.
Yeah, we talked about that. Yeah, we talked about that. All right, what about translation tool? Kimo asks.
Translation tools?
Yeah. I'm not sure what that question is. Yeah, maybe Kimo, you want to be a bit more specific. So Paul says this is awesome. Thank you, Paul. Can it make a form to ODF creator generator?
I don't understand. Well, what's an ODF creator generator? I don't get what that is.
I know. All right, Kevin, sorry, we don't understand that. Maybe you want to specify what that is. Oh my gosh. I think we've talked about that. Replay, what's the difference between reseller and outlet? What is the difference between reseller and outlet? Outlet is basically the business name, and your reseller is basically when you're creating accounts for other businesses or who have paid you. That's what the difference is essentially. Show them how to add products like e-com products. People were asking how to add products in the app like store. Can you talk about that?
E-com products? So let's say somebody has a Shopify site or something that you want to integrate. Is that what you mean? Or the actual shopping cart tool?
Both, I guess. I think to add products, it's not the shopping cart tool, I guess. Mm-hmm.
If you have a client that already has an e-commerce store, just embed it in the system with a website link. So come on the home screen, click make something on your home screen that says shopping or buy now or whatever the item is. Click the function and then just come down here to website and whatever their e-commerce website link is, post it in here and save, and that's it. When people touch on this, it'll take them right to their website inside of the app. The shopping cart is right here in the feature section. We have our own shopping cart. They can use this. They can add products. Just hit, it's again. This is a feature of a tool, but hit the add product button. You can make categories, you can type in the description, all that kind of stuff, hit save, and then you have a product. Let me just make one here quickly, category, whatever, just making something quickly, save. So now the product is created. If I see my product, there it is. I can edit the product. You can make digital products as well. So this is really cool. So let's say you have an audio file, you're an artist, you want to sell your recordings, you can make this a digital product, and then you can upload the files into our server, and you can say, I want, this will expire in 23 hours or whatever, 24 hours, all that kind of stuff. So you can make a digital item. If it's a tangible item like shoes or socks or whatever, you can do that as well. You add photos, tell the system how many items are there, put the images of the thing there. Similar products, like Amazon, when you buy an item, they'll say, people also bought this type of item with it. You can do that kind of stuff. It's really cool.
All right, Kelly says, thank you. All right, awesome. Okay, we've talked about Apple and Google.
We're gonna have to tie this up, Samir. It's a 4:31.
Yes, I know.
Take a couple more questions and.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Rajesh has a question. I'm from India. For payment systems, we need INR currency and INR payment gateway. So how can I integrate?
So the payment systems on the features, I'll show you. Let's go to the shopping cart. If you go to the options, the payments can be handled here. Currency can be manipulated right here. All the features have multiple currencies. Okay. Payment is we have integration with PayPal, which most everybody does. Authorize.net, which you can use that as well. We also have one called PayStation, and you can integrate with those as well. If you need custom merchant processing, we can do that. There will be a charge for that. It will not be free. I'm not sure. We'd have to basically connect with the provider. I know we added a custom processor with PayStation recently. That was about $700, $800 to complete the build. So it is possible, but that's customizations, and we can do that for you.
Okay, great. All right. Now the thing is that there are many more questions, and they keep going. They keep
coming.
Keep coming, and we are not going to get done anytime soon with this. Here's what I'm going to recommend. I think we've taken. By the way, I just wanted to quickly say it was what Kevin was saying, that it's a PDF generator. That's what he was talking about, but I don't have his original question here anymore. So unfortunately, maybe Kevin, if you want to. If you want to talk about it was not an ODF generator, but a PDF generator. So just as an information over there. Anyway, so here's I think what we are going to do. We're going to wrap it up now. Okay. There are a lot of questions that are unanswered, but that's just the nature of the beast. What we might end up doing is I'll obviously post the video once it is done, and it's been an amazing session. I mean, the amount of engagement that is there in this group is just mind-boggling.
I have a suggestion, if you don't mind, Samir, before you go on, just quickly, for the next video, the next session that we do, we're going to do a build out. But what great idea is to have an area that we can have all the questions submitted, so we don't overlap. I know you're having a hard time reading through hundreds and hundreds of questions. Maybe one of our team can take the questions, and 50 people ask about the same thing. We don't have to go through it 50 times. We can answer them in sequence. So if you can submit your question, watch the video, prepare your questions ahead of time, and then submit them, and then we can basically answer those questions in a timely manner, so we don't have to have you guys online for 2.5 hours.
Right. So that's a great idea. That's exactly the way we're going to do it for the next session. And I'll post the replay of this. What we might also end up doing is that we'll just go through these questions in text form and then maybe try to answer them maybe in another video or something like that, or refer you back to the training. We'll see how that goes, because I still need to go through at least about 150 questions over here to get an idea of what all you have asked over here. Okay, so with that said, thank you very much for joining. What an amazing call. Nick, you've been amazing as well. I mean, this whole group is just giving me so much of energy. You can't imagine. Watch out for the replay. I'll post it also on the YouTube channel, but also on the Facebook group, a link for that. And I'll also be making a post inviting you guys to provide ideas for one app to be built. We'll go through all the ideas and then choose the one that we believe would be a good one. And
let's not make it an idea. Sorry, let's not make it an idea. Let's get someone that's sold an app or has an app they want to go live, not an idea. If we do that, then they get the benefit of having their app done for them, and we can.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I mean,
that's right.
If you sell an app to Joe's Pizza or somebody before our next training, submit it to the guys, and we'll do some sort of draw or something like that we pick somebody's and we'll build it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, I like that idea, Nick. That's fantastic. All right. With that said, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you very much. Much appreciate you guys joining. And I'm sorry if we couldn't take your questions today, but it's I've got a lot of thank you notes coming in. Thanks to me and to Nick for a great webinar. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's amazing and it's fantastic. Some suggestions also how we can go about with the questions. So thank you very much, and we'll do more of this. Someone in the video told in the Facebook Live was saying that I have them 80% convinced after my Facebook Live, and they're waiting for the rest to be done by the webinar. And I hope that has reached 100% now. So with that said, thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next video.